play into Hornet territory, and he's gone. Touchdown!
And Lee Traylor, and joining us down on the field tonight, the man in the hat, Matt Montgomery.
Good evening, Ryan. Yes, it's always fun to come to these smaller towns and try to deal with all the connectivity issues that you seem to run into in the smaller stadiums. This stadium hasn't changed much since the last time we were here in 1996, and except maybe the grass, it's a turf field instead of grass. Now was grass, excuse me. Now turf. Everything else is the same. So, so this is the only the 7th meeting all time between Jacksonville and Brownsboro. Jacksonville leads the series 5-1. Last time they played was 1997 at the Tomato Bowl. Jacksonville won that game 27 years ago. And sadly for Brownsboro that year, Ryan, that was one of Jacksonville's best years ever. They were 12-1, went 3 deep. Last week, tough start for both teams. Brownsboro lost 35-0 to Quinlan Ford, only had 125 yards of total offense. Jacksonville had almost the worst first half you can ever imagine. 5 turnovers, down 17-0 in the first quarter. They had 38 yards at the half, did Jacksonville against center. Finished with over 300. So they had a really good second half. Had a defensive touchdown from linebacker Michael Miles. And, guys, that was about it. Offensively, they just never could get in sync. Hopefully tonight, we talked about first games always being weird. Brownsboro's got to feel the same way Jacksonville does.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's the first game. It's over with. Let's move on.
That is true. Is it homecoming
It
tonight?
is homecoming.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We've been homecoming for teams a lot in the last few years, and it kind of says something there a little bit. You know, you don't want to be people's homecoming games. But, yeah, you just don't want to be that. So, hey, defensively for Jacksonville last week against center, they played good. I mean, you say 38-7, how'd the defense play good? 5 big plays for center, 3 long touchdown passes, and Jacksonville had some good offense in the second half running the football. Dede Myers finished with 111 yards on 24 carries. Randy Searles had 78 yards, and Drew Dials had 48. Unfortunately for Jacksonville, Drew Dials broke his collarbone or his clavicle, so he's out. And so that's a big, major miss for Jacksonville tonight as they announce the homecoming king and queen for Brownsboro. Maybe it's just the queen. I think, it is the king as well. I don't think anybody just is homecoming queen anymore. We want to be balanced. They got to have a king and a queen. So I'm really sad for Drew. Drew's a tremendous young man, great player. Jacksonville is going to miss his leadership, but not just that. He was playing all kinds of positions besides playing quarterback. So it's sophomore Trent Clater who will be the guy right now for Jacksonville under center.
Well, and Drew's a great kid, but he's also, struggled with injuries throughout his career here, and he was hoping to have a really good season this year, and we were hoping that for him, and it just it really stinks that he gets hurt in the first game and is done for the season in his senior year.
It's tough, and it's just a big hurt for Jacksonville, but I hurt mainly for Drew because he's put in the work, he beefed up, and it's sad, and I just wanted to mention him and talk about him because he's been such a great young man in this program. Folks, this part of our Countdown to Kickoff is sponsored by the South Jackson Dairy Queen, Gene Brumelo, JHS class of 1967, and Ann Brumelo, JHS class of 2006. Again, South Jackson Dairy Queen, home of the world-famous Blizzard, and their famous chicken strips and all kinds of good eats. We appreciate Gene and Ann sponsoring this part of our Countdown to Kickoff.
Yeah, Matt, we've got about 15 and a half minutes here left on the clock before the game starts. So let's go ahead and bring it up to the booth and throw it over to hear from head coach Jason Holman on this week's Inside the Huddle, brought to you by All Smiles.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Huddle. Fighting Indians at Brownsboro tonight. Coach, last week opening game, not a great start. We were talking about if you could just have the second half mirror the first half, totally different outcome. But just it's hard to overcome 5 turnovers in a football game.
Yeah, very disappointing. I guess the most disappointing thing about it is that we know, the kids know, we're better than what we put on display Friday night. just too many mistakes early. Dug a deep hole, dealing with short field position, giving them the ball plus into the field. Just way too many mistakes to overcome, particularly in the first game when you're not real refined with what you're doing to begin with. So
yeah, just first games, we talked about this last week. They're always weird, and this one is right in that category. 3 turnovers in the first quarter led to 17 points in the 3 short fields you mentioned. I got to tell you, Coach, what I was impressed with was how well your defense played, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But your kids didn't quit. I mean, they came out in the second half. They could have folded and won the second half, if you want to look at it that way, 7-6. But really came out and played well. But this just goes to show that it's 4 quarters, it isn't 2.
yeah, exactly. We talk about all the time. You can't win a game in the first half, but you can sure lose it and dig a hole that's too deep. And unfortunately, that's what we did. I think, and we played well defensively in spots. We've got to improve in the secondary, of course, letting them throw the ball over our head. Huge mistakes that we made in the secondary. You've got to get fixed. But yeah, I was proud of the kids, and we challenged them at halftime. At that point, it's just a matter of pride and understanding. The only way to get back into a game is because you don't have one play that's going to score 38 points to get you back. You got to go one play at a time and go approach it in that manner. And the kids did a good job of doing that.
Let's look at some highlights. Jacksonville versus Center. Coach, we'll start off with some defensive highlights here. Here's Big Jordan with a big tackle for loss.
Jordan had a big game, made a lot of tackles for loss.
Here's another one. A big play right here, 11-yard quarterback sack.
Yeah, I think he had 6 solos. I think every one of them were for negative.
A great out. Calvin Boyd had a great game.
Yeah. Calvin and Ty Lindsey getting involved there.
Yep. Here's Randy dancing for 36 yards around that edge, bounces it out.
Yeah, big run by Randy, getting the open field, and then, getting down to positive yardage, making something happen.
Coach, it was 2nd and 46, and this big run right here got a lot get back. Great block by Javon.
Yeah, great run by Drew. Fortunately, I think that's the play that I think he got injured on, but he did a great job of leading us in the second half and getting us some positive yards.
Big run by this is Dede right there for 41.
Can't say enough about Dede. He's tough.
Jordan blocks the punt here, and Michael Miles recovers. Another great play by the senior, Jordan
Good
Dorsey.
to see on special teams.
And this is one of those plays that's saying you don't quit. Comes in, just strips the ball right here. Michael Miles goes in for the score, avoids the quarterback.
Yeah, great job by him fitting him up and then getting the ball out.
So, Coach, again, looking at these highlights right there, it doesn't look like a 38-7 loss, especially the way your defense played. I know you're really proud of this, particularly the defensive front. Your linebackers played great. A lot of things to build on, even though obviously you didn't get the win. But I know your coaching staff was pleased with some of the defensive efforts.
Yeah, I mean, the effort was good. I think the biggest thing between previous years and now is we're a lot more physical, and we maintained that physicality for 4 quarters, as you saw right there at the end when Mike stripped the ball from him. And you can make some things happen when you're physical. That's the biggest highlight. There's plenty of correction that has to be made in terms of, scheme and coverage and things of that nature. And it's the same offensively. There were times where we did a great job of resetting the line of scrimmage and getting positive yardage, and there were times where we didn't block the right people and they busted through and hit us in the backfield. So we've just got to get back to a consistent brand of football, and we got to find a way to complement each other through offense, defense, and kicking game. When you have kids that go both ways, it's very stressful. When you're turning the ball over and you got short possessions offensively, and then you turn around and you got to play defense, or if you turn around and have to punt immediately, that wears on you.
A couple more things, then we'll move on to Brownsboro regarding the Center game, is that running the football. At the half, you had 38 yards of total offense. Second half, Dede finishes with, 111. Randy had like 78. Drew had, I think, 48. There's some good offensive line work going up front. Luis and Alex and some of those guys were really doing a good job in blocking.
Yeah, Dede Morris, I had him for 21 carries for 111 yards, and just tough, hard-nosed, downhill runner. That's what you admire about him. He took some shots over the course of it, and little bruised and banged up after the game, but just tough and physical. Drew coming in and, at the quarterback spot, making some great reads and pulling the ball at times and getting positive yards, and then Randy popping them, getting loose on the edge there. Those are all things we got to build around and find ways to get those guys into space and be able to exploit that against our opponents.
And I know you and your coaching staff like to want to cite some players for some of their efforts because we do that as well. So who are your guys that you guys want to recognize?
Well, offensively we had Dede, 21 carries for 111 yards, carrying the load of what our offensive production was. Mike Miles had a great game. I had him down. He had 6 solos, 7 assists, caused a fumble, recovered a fumble. Indian football, and if we'll keep the focus on that, then we've got a great opportunity to win on Friday night.
It's Jacksonville versus Brownsboro here at Bear Stadium. Let's go back to the booth.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. We're still having a little bit of issues with our internet connection, so hopefully Hopefully it will hold up throughout the game. Matt, before we get into the game, I know we got the coin toss going on right now. I do want to make sure that we get our Spotlight Player of the Game tonight. And our Spotlight Player of the Game is Zeke Whitaker. Zeke has started the season strong last week on defense for the Indians. He had 6 solo tackles. He's a hard hitter with lots of speed. And in order for Jacksonville to get the win tonight, Zeke is going to have to be a big part of this game, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, no question. Zeke's got to be more involved in the offense. Last week, again, a weird first game. He had a couple drops, and he's going to make up for that tonight, he said. And he's ready to go. Captains are meeting. We have a live toss tonight instead of the one done before the game, and they just kind of go out there and fake it. But representing Jacksonville as captains, last week's leading rusher for the Fighting Indians with 111 yards on 21 carries, Dede Mares, the senior, along with big Luis Mancera, all 6'5", 310 pounds. And one of our defensive players of the game last week, my goodness, Jordan Dorsey, had a career game last week on defense for Jacksonville. So they've tossed the coin. Officials now will step over, and Jacksonville appears to have won the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half. Fighting Indians will put their defense on the field to start the game.
I think that's a good call. The defense was the bright spot of last week, and if they can come out and get a stop here early, that would be huge.
No doubt. And the defense really stepped it up, particularly in the second half. But really for the whole game against Center last week, you look at that score 38-7, you say, gosh, how can you say the defense played well? Hey, the linebackers played great. The defensive front played great. There was a lot of penetration. Center did not rush for that many yards, but I believe they threw for, 258? Definitely a place Jacksonville's got to clean up in the secondary.
Definitely, but hopefully we got some of the nerves worked out last week, and hopefully we can settle in from the start of this game tonight and come out firing on all cylinders.
Last week, Quinlan Ford beat Brownsboro 35-0. Brownsboro only had 125 yards of total offense in the game, so you know that the Brownsboro Bears have been saying all week, hey, Jacksonville gave up 38 points to Center last week, so hey, this is a game for us too that we can win. And that was not lost on head coach Jason Holman of Jacksonville. He was telling the kids all week long, just the things that you're saying right now, they got beat 35-0. Well, you got beat 38-7. So you got a ball game on your hands. So we're set to go here on JISDlive.com. Thanks for putting up with some of the technical issues that we've been having, but we're ready to go as Jacksonville's KC Cardenas has got the ball teed up. Brownsboro will drop back Micah Strickland and Man Scott. And with your play-by-play, here's Ryan Travis.
Kickoff's brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This one caught. Big hit on the near sideline.
Woo, curl.
Trekelvian curl.
How about it?
Good way to set the tone for this game with a big hit on the kickoff.
Curl's going to get his first start at safety with the injury to Drew Dials. Curl, the senior. Also, I'm assuming that he will be the backup quarterback tonight to Trent Clater, the sophomore, as Drew Dials was the other quarterback. So here's Brownsboro with their quarterback, number 2, Danton Wright.
Wright takes a snap, going to hand this one off. Met in the backfield by Michael Miles and then brought down by a host of Indians.
Calvin Boyd in on the tackle. Curl comes up, but it was Michael Miles, last week's co-defensive player of the week. Had Jacksonville's only touchdown on a strip and score from 41 yards out. Gave Jacksonville its only points, lost about a yard on the play. And this is one of the things that Jason Holman said he felt like defensively Jacksonville could get really good penetration on a very young and struggling Brownsboro offensive line from last week.
Right in the shotgun, 2 receivers left for the Bears. The snap is fumbled, picked up though by Braylon Kirkpatrick, makes a good run to the left. I think he's going to lose a couple though on that one.
Yeah, looked kind of familiar from last week, didn't it? If you're Jacksonville watching the center game and just dropped the snap. So now another loss on the play in the first 2 downs.
Tackle made by your spotlight player of the game, Matt.
Yeah.
Zeke Whitaker with the big hit on the play.
Boy, did he come and clean that up or what? You thought Kirkpatrick kind of had the corner right there, and Zeke with his 4.5 speed in the 40 just came up and cleaned it up. 3rd down, 16 for Brownsboro.
Snap comes back. Complete on the pass to Scott. Not going to be good, though, for a first down, so to bring up 4th and about 6.
Just one of those inside tunnel screens, well executed by Brownsboro, but Jacksonville, at 3rd and 16, they were kind of playing a little soft back there, making sure that they didn't let them get past them, and they didn't. And now here for his first punt of the ball game is Keaton Delaney, the senior for Brownsboro, dropping back for Jacksonville, number 4, Brendan Richards.
Delaney catches a snap, gets this one off the outside of his foot. It's going to go out of bounds about the Jacksonville 42.
Great start for Jacksonville, Ryan. That's why you defer to the second half. You send your defense out, set the tone, make them go 3 and out. Now if you're Jacksonville's offense, just stay away from the mistakes, play within yourself, do the things that you did in those first 2 scrimmages against Palestine and Rusk that were so successful, and that was running the ball.
Yeah, Jacksonville had a lot of success in the scrimmages. They've even had success in the second half last week running the football. So we'll see Trent Clater in the backfield.
Got Dede Morris back there.
Dede. Also Gaskin in the backfield for the Indians. Clater takes a snap, hands this one off to Morris, finds a hole. Through the middle goes Dede. Going to be caught about the 5. And somehow kept out of the end zone by Curtis Warren, but a huge play there for Dede Morris.
Just great blocking by that left side of the Jacksonville offensive line, opening up a huge hole as he slips through there. Alex Power, the center on left guard, and Mancera, 1st and goal for Jacksonville.
Clater takes a snap, going to hand this one off to Morris up the middle.
Just
Going to
short.
be stopped about the 1.
So that was a 57-yard run down to the 1 for Dede Morris.
A great first play, too, for the Indians on offense.
Well, you just, as we talked about, you get a 3 and out on the defense after deferring on the coin toss. This is exactly what you want if you're Jacksonville. Now you just got to punch it in for the points to finish off the first part that you want to get accomplished tonight.
Richards, the lone receiver, right. Snap comes back, going to hand off to Mares again, and he's in for the score.
What a great punch block by Mancera. Saul Garcia. Jacksonville on the board 6-0 with 8:42 remaining in the first quarter.
Great start for the Indians.
No doubt. So now
KC in to attempt the extra point. Extra point's brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. And this extra point from KC is up and good. So with 8:42, Jacksonville takes a 7-0 lead over Brownsboro. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
We'd like to say thank you to tonight's team meal sponsor, M&H Crates. Thank you for your valued support of Jacksonville Athletics.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
We're back. Welcome back to Bear Stadium. Jacksonville takes a early 7-0 lead. I'd call in Todd Travis for the scoring drive summary, but he's actually outside the press box tonight. We're pretty packed in here in the press box at Brownsboro.
Well, we got 3 home games in a row at Tomato Bowl where we know the accommodations are perfect. So
do.
we'll hear Todd next week, huh?
While Casey's getting it teed up, let's actually take another look at that touchdown. Big time play there from Didi Mares.
Well, how about that offensive line for Jacksonville? Wow.
And KC Cardenas going to kick this one away for the Indians. High ball, driven back, and it's going to go out for a touchback.
Oh.
Big kick there from KC.
I tell you, KC, one of the great soccer players for Rudy Jaramillo's soccer team, and he's really stepped into the gap this year. Jesus Nunez graduated after a couple of years as the varsity kicker, and you always wonder, when a guy hasn't played like that and he's a soccer player, he can kick. But when you've got guys running at you with a football helmet on and pads, and KC has stepped up, that was a wonderful kick. I watched him in practice a few times this year, and I knew he could drop it in the end zone like that. He's got a strong leg. So now Brownsboro with Braylon Kirkpatrick now. No, check that. I'm sorry, number 16, Adam Thompson, the junior, in at quarterback with his first snaps for Brownsboro.
Thompson in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right, going to hand this one off.
Oh, no.
Big tackle there.
Man.
Jordan Dorsey.
You're not going to turn the corner on Dorsey. So it's Kirkpatrick with a carry, and you could just see Jordan Dorsey just sniffing that out, gets off the block, goes lateral down the line of scrimmage, and Kirkpatrick had nowhere to go. He loses a yard on the play, almost 2. Second down, we'll call it 12 for Brownsboro. Went 3 and out on their opening series, and then Jacksonville responded with, what was that, a 4-play drive? Yeah, to get the score. They're up 7-0.
2 receivers left, 1 right for the Bears. Thompson takes the snap, looking to his left, finds his man, quickly brought down by Mario Rodriguez. But pass complete. I believe that was Reagan Ford on the reception for Brownsboro.
Got a 10-yard gain, so that makes it a much more makeable third down. Actually, about a 8-yard gain, Third down, about 3 for Brownsboro. That pushes the football out to the Bear 31-yard line. I know, Ryan, you're glad that sun set, huh?
Yeah, I am.
It was right in your eyes over there.
Much nicer up here now that the sun is set. Thompson takes a snap, looking to his right, finds his man. Big gain there is going to pick up a first down for Gabriel Hendricks.
First down for Brownsboro, their first down, and through the air. And again, this is something that Brownsboro thought, well, hey, they watched the center game. They feel like they can throw in Jacksonville, and so far they have done it. A couple of completions right there. After it was 2nd down and 12, pushes the football just inside Bear territory at their own 49.
3 receivers left, 1 right for the Bears. Thompson in the shotgun, takes a snap, going to fake the handoff, looks to his right again, finds his man, quickly tackled out of bounds, but not before completion to Gabriel Hendricks.
Yeah, just pitch and catch right there with Hendricks, and not really sure why head coach Lance Connaught of Brownsboro started Danton Wright at quarterback earlier, but because, I thought Adam Thompson was the starter. Discipline thing, I don't know, but he didn't get to play the first series, but clearly there's your quarterback right there for Brownsboro, Adam Thompson. 3 completions so far on this drive has pushed it down to the Jacksonville 45-yard line.
Thompson set to take the snap. Going to hand this one off. It's going to go up the middle. Jacksonville quickly there. Gain of 1 on the play. They'll bring up 3rd and 3.
After the spot, looks like it's going to be
3rd
more
and
like
2.
Yeah, 3rd and a couple. So let's see if Jacksonville's defense can get off the field, as they say so much. one of those phrases that, can you get off the field, that everybody says, so I'll say it. So it'll be interesting to
if
see.
you're Jacksonville, you know they're going to throw this one. They have had almost no success running the football so far. Big third down here.
Well, it's
probably going to see a pass out of Thompson. 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Bears. Thompson looks to his left. This one over the head of Man Scott. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 2.
Yeah, I saw some movement up front, and I don't see a flag anymore.
I didn't see a flag either.
And
I saw the same thing, but
I was waiting for an offsides call against Jacksonville, but no call.
Yeah, there was definitely movement by both teams.
Yeah.
So should have been a flag on someone.
So in 4-down territory here, Lance Connaught, head coach for Brownsboro, going to go for it. The Jacksonville 44, 4th down, 3 to go.
3 receivers left, 1 right for the Bears. Thompson sends a man in motion, going to pitch this one to him. Around the inside is Micah Strickland. Strickland trying to get to the yardage.
He didn't get there.
He's stopped short.
He did not get there.
Great coverage there from the Jacksonville defense.
And I think, I looked all the way across, I think that was our spotlight player of the game. Zeke Whitaker come flying in there. And it is going to be a stop. I think, wait a minute, let me see here. Yep, defense coming off the field. It's going to be 1st down Jacksonville. It's Fighting Indians. Got a little soft there on the pass coverage. Allowed Brownsboro to get their first position past midfield to the Jacksonville 44 before the defense stiffened up, and now the Fighting Indians will get their second offensive possession with 5:49 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 for the Fighting Indians as Randy Searles will check in at running back. Been a little sick the last few days, so it'll be interesting to see his conditioning. Had 78 yards rushing last week against Center, did Searles.
Zeke Whitaker, the man in motion. This handoff goes to Searles around the right side. Going to pick up about 3 on the play.
One thing Searles does better than most of the running backs for Jacksonville, I'm not saying Dede can't do it, Elijah Harris, he just has a knack for bouncing it outside. And, when you get to the varsity level, you can't run east and west, but somehow Searles senses when he can do that. And we've seen him get a lot of yards last year as a freshman on the varsity, and then this year so far in the last week's game, and then on that carry you saw it. He's really good when there's nothing there, bouncing it to the outside.
Yeah, he's really good in space, really explosive. Kickoffs, running in the open field. One of Jacksonville's most dangerous weapons.
Clater looking down the field for Zeke. Just off the fingertips.
Like the call right there by offensive coordinator Danny Ramsey, faking that little hot route that got picked 6 last week against Center. Clater just kind of pumps it and then throws it down the field, but got to give Brownsboro Whitaker covered very well. So that's 3rd down, 7 to go for Jacksonville.
Clater takes the snap, looks for Searles around the left side, going to pick up about another 3, but that's going to bring up 4th down for the Indians.
Interesting call here for Jason Holman.
While we
he's calling for the punt team.
While we try to get some graphics updated just to keep everybody informed, it's currently 7-0 Jacksonville. We're in the first quarter with 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in the first. Once again, Jacksonville with a 7-0 lead. We're trying to get some graphics from the scoreboard. They're not really cooperating right now, but Jacksonville with a 7-0 lead, 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
KC going to punt this one away. High ball, going to hit about the 20. Going to bounce in favor of the Bears and be downed just outside the Brownsboro 25.
So in other words, Lee, you're saying that we have to do this like radio, where we remember, radio you had to always give how much time was left.
Well, if only we had somebody with some radio experience calling high school football.
Hey, I was around when they were cranking the radios.
Yeah, what were radios like in the Flintstones?
Yeah, I don't know. Back in the day when we used to say going from right to left on your radio dial.
That's right, as you picture it in your mind's eye.
So Brownsboro will start their 3rd offensive possession at their own 25 after a nice punt by Jacksonville's Casey Cardenas.
Thompson takes a snap, going to hand this one off, keep it himself. Around the left side, brought down for not much of a gain.
Yeah, it
I
looked
believe
like
that was Brendan Richards on the tackle.
it looked
Good
like
open field tackle.
Yeah, it looked like a lot more than it was. I guess it was because Thompson was running laterally and he was running a long time, but he wasn't going anywhere. He was going toward the sideline.
Yeah, and it looked like several defenders bid on it, but Brendan, great job in the open field. A lot of space over there, able to get the tackle and keep this to 2nd and long.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson set to take the snap. Going to pull this one himself, rolling to his right. This ball comes in,
Attaboy.
batted away.
Zeke.
Big play from Zeke.
That's your spotlight player of the game, Zeke Whitaker, with the pass breakup, forcing a 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's great pressure there by Ty Lindsey coming in and forcing Brownsboro's quarterback Adam Thompson to leave the pocket. I mean, I think he wanted to stay in there, but he said, I got to get out of here because here comes Big Ty, 210 pounds coming after you. And Zeke steps in front of the receiver, knocks it away. So 3rd down, 8 to go now for Brownsboro.
Yeah, that's 2 senior players for this Jacksonville team. Great play there.
Thompson takes the snap, drops back, looking to his right. Almost picked off.
Oh, man, he had it.
It was in the hands of C.J. Crockett.
Got tipped, actually, number 11. Gabriel Hendricks, the intended receiver, almost made a circus catch. Came off his fingertips, and there's Jacksonville's Crockett. Hits him in the hands, and then he gets popped by Hendricks, and he knocks the ball loose, or it could have been a pick. So Brendan Richards will drop back for Jacksonville to receive his 2nd punt of the game from Keaton Delaney of Brownsboro. 3:14 remaining in this first quarter, 7-0 Jacksonville.
That is 7-0. Currently, our scoreboard graphics showing 7 to 1,070.
Richards fielding the punt. Oh, loses it. Able to get back on it. So Jacksonville will take over 1st and 10 from their own 44.
Thought Jacksonville had something developing there. A little wall was there, and all of a sudden Brendan, ball just popped out of his hands.
Yeah, it looked like he survived the contact, and then as he was spinning away from it,
Yeah.
kind of came up in the air. But 1st and 10, Jacksonville, our scoreboard graphic is now accurate and
Yes.
hopefully will remain so. So no need to rely on your wealth of experience calling out the scoreboard anymore.
All right, no more radio stuff.
We'll let you know if we need to bring that back in.
Didi's back in. Didi Morris.
Didi gets the handoff up the middle. Going to pick up a couple.
Yeah, actually, they're going to give him about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. There's Didi's he's not injured by any stretch of the means. You could tell by the way he ran on that one series. But he's about 80% maybe. I mean, he's got a thigh bruise from the center game, but he's tough. He's still in there.
One each way for the Indians. Clater takes a snap, going to hand this one off to Didi around the right side. Tries to cut back. Nothing there for Didi. Going to lose 2 on the play.
Just a stretch play that didn't work because of Jack Anderson, the junior linebacker for Brownsboro. Man, he sniffed it out, and he forced Didi to continue to go toward the sidelines before he got help. So a loss of about 1 on the play. So it's 3rd down 9 as sophomore Cam Thompson will check in for Josh Gaskin for Jacksonville at tight end. And again, this is a different offense for Jacksonville. It's only the 2nd game. If you're just tuning in and didn't see last week, Jacksonville actually here's a 2 tight end set, something we haven't seen in a long time in Jacksonville.
2 receivers left for the Indians. Low snap. Clater having to jump on it. That'll bring up 4th and long, so the Indians going to have to punt this one away.
Frustrating. Casey Cardenas will come in for his 2nd punt of the ball game, and check that, it's going to be Diaz, Damian Diaz, who will get his first punt. I think that's right. No, that's KC. I'm sorry. That is Casey Cardenas. My fault.
KC high ball. This one going to hit inside the Brownsboro 40. Jared Holman going to get under that one. So Brownsboro will take over in their own territory.
Yeah, as much as you don't want that play to happen on third down, that is better than a turnover. Last week we saw early turnovers that put Jacksonville in a hole, and Trent Clater jumping on that loose ball and giving Casey an opportunity to boot that down the field.
Your defense is playing good enough to do that. You don't have to be a hero.
Absolutely, much better outcome than turning that ball over right there.
Yeah, if you're trying to scoop it up, you don't know if somebody's behind you and they're going to chop your arm. So that's a great decision by Trent Clater, the sophomore, just falling on it.
If you're wondering why am I having to hear Lee Traylor more often than normal, Ryan's doing some work on the graphics and I'm running the camera, so we're trying to help each other out.
We're tag teaming it up here tonight. We're doing what we can.
Pass complete, middle of the field to Reagan Ford, a sophomore, one of 11 sophomores Brownsboro has on their varsity. They're a young football team as we're now under a minute to go, and Brownsboro through the air. Clearly Jacksonville still has some coverage problems in the secondary. Got to work on that.
3 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson takes the snap, going to hand this one off. Met quickly in the backfield.
Calvin
Boyd.
Whew. And who else? Jordan Dorsey.
Of course.
You know, last week Calvin Boyd had a heck of a ball game too. It was tough calling the Austin Bank Defensive Player of the Game. We actually coded it with Michael Miles and Jordan Dorsey, but we could have tripped it.
Could have.
With Calvin Boyd.
Calvin had a great game.
He had a heck of a ball game.
He did a really good job getting through the line there.
Yeah. Him and Mike Taylor. So that's a quarter. Jacksonville with a 7-0 lead.
So at the end of 1, Jacksonville leads Brownsboro. We'll step away for just a moment and be right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life. I'm a registered investment advisor with the state of Texas and chartered financial consultant. Whether you need portfolio management or comprehensive financial planning, I can help you. Call me for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Brownsboro Stadium. Taking another look here on the replay of the touchdown for Jacksonville before we get set to go. It's a really beautiful night in the stadium, Matt. It's kind of been a little cooler this week.
Gorgeous.
Next
week's going to be even better.
Had some rain this week, so glad that is held off for the game tonight. So Brownsboro, 2nd and long to start the second quarter. Thompson takes a snap, looks to his left, finds his man, Michael Miles, quickly in on the tackle, but not before a pretty good completion to Gabriel Hendricks.
Well, they are working on Chris Crockett over here. It is Gabriel Hendricks is just working on him. That's all I can say. And they're Crockett for Jacksonville. He's just shaking his head. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But you notice he's playing pretty soft. He's not going to let anybody get by him. But that opens up that short passing game, and boy, they've been effective at it. 3rd down 5 for Brownsboro.
Thompson takes a snap, looking to his right, finds his man. A couple Indians in the area, able to bring him down. Can't tell really from where I'm standing, Matt, whether that's good for a first down or not.
It looks like it may be short by about a half yard where the spot is. Yeah, it's going to be just short. They got to get to the Jacksonville 34, and they're going to mark it.
I think he signaled first down.
Yeah,
so I think that is going to be a first down for Brownsboro.
They should have measured that. Should have measured that. But that's okay. Maybe I was fooled by the crown of the field.
Well, I'm sure you can see it better than I can from where we're at in the press box.
Yeah, well, maybe not. Clearly I didn't. Oh.
Going to have a flag come in.
That's a movement on Brownsboro perhaps. Down to the Jacksonville 35 is where the ball is spotted. 34 right now. It's going to be a false start on Brownsboro. First down 15, pushes it back to the 39.
So that'll back them up 5, 1st and 15 now for Brownsboro.
Well, you know, last week against Center, the deep ball killed Jacksonville. Tonight, it's all the underneath stuff. I mean, they're throwing in the flat. They're throwing across the middle with slants is Brownsboro. And they have done a good job of that so far in this first half.
2 receivers left, 1 right for the Bears. Thompson sends running back in motion. Drops back, looking to his left, finds his man. Lots of open field. Brownsboro are going to pick up the first down. That pass complete to Man Scott.
They are just chewing up this right secondary for Jacksonville right now. So first down for Brownsboro, their deepest penetration into the red zone of Jacksonville at the Fighting Indian 18-yard line.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson going to hand this one off. Immediately met in the backfield.
Wow, Jamario Coleman with the tackle.
Big play.
It's almost like he didn't get blocked.
I mean, there was barely even a handoff.
I mean,
he met the running back at the handoff.
I mean, Jamario could have took that handoff. He was back there so quick. Nice play
that would
by
have been something to see, Matt. That would have been something to see.
Yeah, just take the handoff and go the other way. Nice play by the senior Coleman for Jacksonville. Loss of about 4 on the play.
To bring up 2nd and 14. Thompson takes a snap, looking to his left again. Good coverage there from the safety for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Crockett right there, the right corner, but also coming over the top, curl. Helping push the receiver, number 11, the guy they like to go to, Gabriel Hendricks. He's been the workhorse as the receiver for Brownsboro in this first half. And well played by Crockett, incomplete. 3rd down. Also, 3rd and 13. Brownsboro has to get down to the Jacksonville 8-yard line to get the first down.
Great defense on that play as well by the window trim, which blocked it entirely from our camera.
Yeah. Tight fit.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson dropping back, pressured quickly, finds his man though. Michael Miles delivers a huge blow and then brought down by
short.
Mario Rodriguez.
It's going to be 4th down. It's down and 5, and Brownsboro is going to keep their offense and go for it.
2 receivers right, 1 left, man in motion, comes across. Thompson looking to his right. Incomplete. Jacksonville holds once again on 4th down.
What a great play by Brendan Richards, jumping the route as Thompson was trying to hit Roland Reddick, one of his receivers, a sophomore. And boy, nice job by the senior Brendan Richards, just stepping in front of him and getting that hand on the football and slapping it down. So the Fighting Indians bend, but they don't break. They keep Brownsboro off the scoreboard, and the Fighting Indian offense will take over at their own 13-yard line.
Yeah, and Jacksonville really needs a good drive here to try to give them a little cushion.
Yeah, they really need to go down and score. That'd be a great cushion. And a heck of a drive and eat up clock.
1 each way for the Indians. Clater takes a snap, going to hand this one off to Searles, trying to get up the middle.
Wow.
Nothing really there for Randy Searles.
Man, Searles, he could get 8 yards in a phone booth. I mean, that guy there was nothing there.
He did a great job picking up a couple extra yards because there was really nothing. I think, was it a gain of 4?
Yeah, no, it's going to call it 5, I believe. Yeah, it's probably 4. Yeah. But it should have been none. I mean, there was nothing there, and he just made his way through there. 2nd and 6.
Clater going to take the snap, hands this one off to Searles. Searles going to be quickly met and dragged down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get that block right there. Backside guy came and got him. Number 24 for Brownsboro, Javarius Bell, the senior. You know, he just came in from behind on the backside, and just as Rodarius Searles was making that cut, gets caught from behind. So Fighting Indians now 3rd down and 9 to go. We'll bring in Cameron Thompson. Official timeout here as one of the Brownsboro players has to check out of the ball game. Not sure why, but official said something to him and he had to check out. So they bring in a sub for him, and we're ready to go. 8:04 remaining, 7-0 Jacksonville. This is a big play for Brownsboro's defense right here, guys. I mean,
It really is.
Yeah, just to get, they don't get the fourth down conversion, they get a 3 and out and get the ball back. But if you're Jacksonville, man, a third down conversion here would be huge deep in your own territory.
Clater and Searles in the backfield. Clater going to take this one. Looks to his left, finds his man.
Close, but not enough. As he gets number 7, Dante Simmons. He'll be 2 yards short of the first down, a little inside screen. But I like the call. It's a short pass. It's something that gives the sophomore Trent Clater confidence with the completion.
Is that the first completion of the night?
No, he had
one earlier?
Yeah, he had one earlier. Yeah. So it just gives him confidence the more comfortable he can feel back there. So here's KC Cardenas for Jacksonville standing on his own 8-yard line. So Brownsboro will get good field position here unless Cardenas really gets a boot, which is what you want if you're Jacksonville.
KC going to roll rugby this one. Good high ball. It's going to be fair caught. Dropped, but quickly jumped back on just on the Brownsboro side of midfield.
Yeah,
so they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 48.
Next week, Jacksonville begins a 3-game homestand. You don't see many of those in high school football, but yes, 3 in a row. You got Henderson coming in next week. I think it's homecoming. I think that's right. Athens, and then the district opener against the Nacogdoches Golden Dragons. So that's 3 games in a row at Tomato Bowl. Get your tickets and bring your popcorn. No, buy your popcorn there. I'm sorry. Can't bring it.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, can't bring it.
I know we're excited about a 3-game home stretch.
Oh, are you kidding? You mean there's actually going to be some technology there, so. Oh.
2 receivers each way for the Bears. Thompson takes the snap, hands this one off. Quickly met Jordan Dorsey.
Oh, my goodness. You could just see the running back's eyes. I can't even see his number. He has so many guys on him. It's number 8. It's Curtis Warren. As soon as he got the handoff, I could see his eyes just get huge because there was 3 white jerseys on top of him. It's another one of those plays, Ryan, where one of our guys could have got Jacksonville's guys could have got the handoff.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah.
They've gotten through this Brownsboro line very quickly so far in this game.
2nd and 13.
Thompson takes a snap, looking to his right, finds his man Reagan Ford on the reception. Ball came out. They're going to call him down.
Well, that short passing game is really effective for Brownsboro. Jacksonville just has not had an answer for it as of yet. I guess you can say the good news is that they're not giving up 70-yard long passes like they did to center last week. They're keeping everything.
Yeah, it's all been pretty short.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, they went down the field like this a minute ago, and they didn't score. So just keep everybody in front of you.
3rd and 7 for the Bears, 2 each way. Thompson takes a snap, drops back, looks to his left. Dorsey pressures, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he just threw that away trying to get rid of it because Dorsey, with his speed, he was coming.
He was closing in on him quick.
Yep, didn't have a chance, and Brownsboro with 5:44 remaining in this second quarter. Jacksonville leading 7-0. Fighting Indians will get the ball back. Brendan Richards going back deep for Jacksonville.
Keaton Delaney set to punt the ball away for Brownsboro. Brendan Richards back deep for the Indians. High ball from Delaney. Richards gets under it, has some room to his right. Got one man to beat, and then its sideline is his. Going to be knocked out of bounds by Jack Anderson, but a really great return from Brendan Richards.
Great wall built over there on this sideline, Jacksonville sideline, that Brendan Richards was able to get behind. Elijah Benavides, the sophomore linebacker, nice job getting a kick-out block. And, boy, Brendan Richards went all the way around it. Gets up the field for a nice return. Looks like about a 22-yard return to the Jacksonville 47-yard line. We'll call it 48. 5:31 remaining in the second quarter. Plenty of time here for Jacksonville as Didi Maras will check back in the game.
Plenty of time and good field position, too. They're at their own 48.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it the short field.
Well, it's not.
But it's good field position.
But it's good field position.
Yeah. No question. This is the best place they've started a drive yet.
One receiver each way for Jacksonville. Referee going to blow this one dead. Not sure what the problem is here.
So the officials going over to talk to Brownsboro. Jason Holman was saying something to the officials, and he said, I told him that. I'm not sure what he told him. I didn't get that. So I'm not sure if it was a clock issue, because Jason Holman's now looking at the clock. And I'm not sure if some time ran off that he wants back after Brendan Richards was knocked out of bounds. Now the referee is coming over to talk to Jason Holman. We'll let you know when we know what the issue is, but apparently Jason Holman is satisfied now as we'll get back to play. Yeah, it was a clock issue. Jason Holman just talking to one of his assistants saying why the clock should not have been turned off right there.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Handoff goes to Morris up the middle. Didi's going to pick up about 5.
Boy, that looks just like some of the running he did on that opening drive, but also last week in the second half against Center. I mean, he just pounded the rock, did Didi, and just got behind his big offensive line. Para, of course, the big daddy, Luis Mancera. Nice job by Rangel. Javian Sanders.
Gaskin in motion. Clater takes the snap, going to hand this one off to Maras again. Has some room around the left side. And that will be good for an EAG Ford first down.
It's tough running. This is exactly what Jacksonville's offense has been built to do in the offseason. And particularly when they hired Danny Ramsey as the offensive coordinator late in the year and got him in here and just getting this offense in during the summer, something totally different than what Jacksonville's been doing.
And the Jacksonville O-line there did a great job opening up a hole for Didi. You saw Luis Mancera down the field. I think Didi actually may have taken him out. He did such a good job blocking.
Yep, him and Para both.
Clater hands this one off to Mares. Gets behind Mancera once again. Going to pick up about another 5. So Jacksonville moving the ball pretty well here. Under 5 minutes remaining before halftime.
This is the game Jacksonville wants to play. Control the clock, control the football, obviously, and keep it away from the other team. Something Jacksonville has struggled with for several years is time of possession. This is the kind of offense that brings that back, brings that into your favor.
Handoff goes to Mares up the middle. And I believe that is going to be good for another EAG Ford first down.
Yes, and he will earn a rest, will Didi Morris. He'll check out of the ball game as Randy Searles will check in. Give him a break. Clock turned back on after the EAG Ford first down. Under 4 minutes to go for Jacksonville with the football at the Bear 29.
One receiver each way for Jacksonville. Clater takes the snap. The flag going to come out.
Yeah, just
that one's going to be blown dead.
Snap was slower than the rest of the offensive line coming back. So we'll have a procedure. First down 15.
A false start on Jacksonville will back them up 5. We'll bring up 1st and 15. Second and 15 now for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Clater just trying to drop that ball off into the flat, and it just didn't get the trajectory on it. And Brownsboro read it nicely. You got to give the kid credit for jumping up and knocking it down. But if you're Clater, you got to kind of drop that ball over the top once you see the guy coming. He'll learn that.
Just a little too low on the release.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's okay. He's, like I said, second varsity game. He was playing. He was playing freshman football last year, so everybody's gonna have to be a little patient with Trent.
It's a big jump.
Yep, big jump. 2nd and 15.
One each way for the Indians. Clater takes the snap. Going to hand this one off to Searles. Trying to get around the edge.
We got a hold.
Going to be pushed out about the line of scrimmage.
They're going to get a hold on Cam Thompson. Right in the middle of the field right there as Searles was turning the edge, turning the corner. It's Danny Ramsey now telling him that you got to get up in the gap, Randy. He was wanting him to go up the field, straight up the field, and he went toward the sideline. And it didn't matter anyway because you got the hold from your tight end Thompson. So from the spot of the foul, we'll push the football back. It's official trying to get through Jacksonville's huddle here. Can't mark the ball down. That's going to put it all the way back to the 45 of Brownsboro. So now you're looking at second
and 25. Hey,
Well,
we
they-
saw a 2nd and 46 last week, and Dede ran for 40 yards. So we just need another one of those runs from Dede right here.
That's all you got to have. Yeah, that's it. Easy does it.
2 receivers left. Dede Maras in the backfield with Trent Clater. Clater takes a snap. Handoff goes to Maras up the middle. Maras going to be met. Going to pick up about 3.
Clearly, Brownsboro has made some adjustments since that opening drive when Maras just tore them up. Yardage a little bit tougher to get right now as the Bears have closed some of those gaps.
It has been. And you know, we're under 3 minutes here before halftime. You'd like to at least get enough on this next play to at least try to get KC in some field goal range.
So how far do you think we need to get? How far Jacksonville? How many yards? About 20?
Probably about 20, yeah.
Yeah. 3rd down and 23.
Clater gets the snap, looking to his left. This one through the hands of Cameron Thompson.
Yep, that's interesting choice right there when it's 3rd and 23 and you're throwing in the flat like that. I'm not sure if that was his second progression and the first one was not open, but it's 4th down and the offense is staying on the field with 2:25. So, you know, if you don't get some decent yardage here, you give Brownsboro, decent field position. And now Jacksonville's going to think about that. Maybe they don't go for it right here. They'll call their first timeout.
Jacksonville going to take a timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be right back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. 4th and 23 for the Indians.
They're going to bring Cardenas on here.
So KC on the field to punt this one away for the Indians. 2:24 remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville leads Brownsboro 7-0. Good snap, comes back. KC trying to pin this one in the corner, and
beautiful.
A great job there from KC. That ball going to go out about the 12.
What a job by KC. Nice, son. That's exactly what you want your punter to do right there. Keep it away from the punt returner, angle it toward the sideline, and get the good bounce out of bounds. So
Definitely.
2:17 remaining, 7-0 Jacksonville. Let's see if Jacksonville can take a lead at the half. Stay with us. We'll have our All Smiles halftime interview with head coach Jason Holman. Jacksonville High School Band will be performing along with the Cherokee Charmers and the JHS Twirlers. So here's Brownsboro, first down at their 12. Brownsboro does have all 3 timeouts remaining here in this first half.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson going to hand this one off around the right side. Still on his feet, gets through the Jacksonville defense. Still down the sideline, finally brought down, but a big run from Braylon Kirkpatrick. Flag going to come in.
Late flag. Let's see this call right here. It looked like one of those chippy flags away from the football on this side of the field when everything was happening on the far side. And that's just poor tackling by Jacksonville. I mean, they had him hemmed up. And it's like, I got him. I thought you had him. No, I thought you had him. And he just kept going. It's all the way down to the Jacksonville 35-yard line.
Yeah, and, we've talked about it time and time again on the broadcast, Matt, but explosive plays have been a real killer for Jacksonville. That we had several through the air last week, that one on the ground, but still a huge gain there for Brownsboro.
Yeah, it's a mental decision that you have to play hard on every play. You cannot take a play off. So many high school players have to learn that. Some of these guys playing in the first varsity action week 2, you can't take a play off because stuff like that right there happens.
Looks like this flag is going to go against Brownsboro, so that'll back them up after the big gain.
Should be from the spot.
I think it's going to be from the spot.
Yeah, it was way down the field. I saw Chris Crockett get tangled up with number 11, Gabriel Hendricks, on this side of the field, guys. On the far side was where the ball was. On this side of the field, the Jacksonville sideline, is when the flag came in. So now they're going back the other way. Let's see what they're doing here. Maybe they called offsetting?
I'm not sure. I thought Lee was pointing at something a minute ago, like he saw the penalty.
I'm going to let him.
I think they're calling offsetting. They called a personal foul, offsetting, because he just pointed at Chris Crockett, to the referee, and he pointed at number 11 for Brownsboro to Jason Holman. He can't believe it.
They are backing Brownsboro up 10.
It's week 2 for the officials as well. I mean, they went back, they came back up, and now they went back again.
Yeah, holding against number 11 was the call. So when it happened, way over here on the near side of the field for us, way away from the action.
Terrible decision.
I mean, he just tackled.
Yeah.
He just tackled. I think it was CJ.
It's probably CJ over here.
Yeah, he tackled Crockett. I mean, it's just a bad decision by Brownsboro's Hendricks doing that.
2:02 left here in the first half. Brownsboro inside Jacksonville territory. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Thompson takes a snap, going to hand this one off to the big man, Javarius Bell.
Now the flag.
Another flag is going to come in.
Coming in late from the back judge. And he threw that flag. We got an injured Jacksonville player. Guys, it looks like it's Jordan Dorsey down. Goodness gracious.
Well, while they're checking out Dorsey, I think we're going to step away. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
For the first day of school. For the last day of work. For the satisfaction of a job well done. For the ideas that change the world. For good times. For not so good times. For her future and hers and his. For serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. Jordan Dorsey able to get off the field under his own power, so hopefully he's going to be okay for the rest of the night. And there was a penalty on that play on Jacksonville.
Jacksonville used the top of their helmet to make the tackle. Back judge called it, so add 15 yards.
And that'll set up 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Jacksonville 26.
2 receivers left, 1 right for Brownsboro. Thompson gets the snap, going to hand this one off. Almost met in the backfield. Zeke trying to catch him just out of reach and now out of bounds.
Jay Neal and I almost got Michael Miles'd. Boy, hell, man. Jay said he was ducking behind me. I think we need to reverse that.
Would that have been the first time we had a dark chiropractic bone crusher hit of the game against Matt Montgomery?
That's right. I mean, Miles. I heard Miles squealing like, "Oh, stop!" No gain on the play. Second, about a half yard. Second and a long 9.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson takes the snap, looking to his right, going to unload down the field. Zeke.
Oh man.
Gets his hands on it. It almost looked like Maybe, is it Brendan Richards back
No,
there?
it's Curl.
I think Brendan Richards kind of ran into him and he wasn't able to hang on to it.
Yeah,
but
Curl had coverage. Zeke had coverage over the top. Curl did a nice job coming in to help, but you're right. I think Brendan Richards
kind of
knocked the ball
into
loose.
him. Yeah.
1:33 remaining in the first half. 3rd down, 9 to go. Jordan Dorsey back in at right defensive end for Jacksonville. That's a great thing to see.
Thompson going to take the snap, dropping back, looking to his right. Once again, this one going to go out of the hands. Elijah Benavidez almost able to pick that one off. That'll bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, man, our defense is like, we have Roberto Duran syndrome, hands of stone. I mean, it's just, right there, man.
Oh, that's back-to-back plays. We've almost had interceptions.
Yeah. We had a couple in the first quarter like that on the deep ball. We just couldn't hold on to it. So 4th down and 9 for Brownsboro at the Jacksonville 25. Can you get a stop here?
Thompson takes the snap, drop back, looking to his left, has some pressure on him. Flags come in.
Should be a hold on Brownsboro.
Calvin Boyd did a great job there trying to get through the line. I think maybe he was held. He was almost to Thompson when he threw that one away.
Boy, great job, Boyd, with the pressure, and Thompson having to get rid of it. And even without the hold, it was incomplete over here on the Jacksonville sideline. It would have been short of the first down anyway. He was about 3 yards short. Thompson just trying to get rid of it. So if Jacksonville will take over with 1:22 remaining, 5 innings with 2 timeouts, we'll see if Jacksonville tries to do something big here or if they just are content maybe just grinding it out and going in with a 7-0 lead at the half. What you don't want is a turnover right here. So I expect Jacksonville just to run the football and be conservative here and take that lead into the half.
Minute 22 here left before halftime. Jacksonville takes over after the big 4th down stop. 1st and 10 for the Indians. 2 receivers left. Clater going to throw this one to Mares. Dede trying to get past the defender, going to be brought down. Pickup of 1 on the play, I believe.
That's almost like a running play right there. You get Mars in the backfield and just a quick throw out there. Not a lateral. I mean, he's throwing forward, so you don't have to worry about that if it's incomplete. So Gaskin brings the play in as the clock continues to run under a minute with 54 and counting. Zeke Whitaker will check out as Jacksonville is going to take their time right here, I believe, on 2nd down and 9.
43 seconds and counting here left in the first half. Jacksonville leads Brownsboro 7-0.
Jacksonville's going to have to burn a timeout as had some not knowing where to go issues right here. Josh Gaskin coming off asking what is going on. Jacksonville takes their 2nd timeout.
We'll take it with them. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. 33 seconds left before halftime. Jacksonville leading the Bears 7-0. And it looks like
Watch now as the Charmers perform an exciting stringer routine to Shook Me All Night Long. The Charmers are under direction of Cassidy Pinkston and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers. And now, introducing the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes, directed by Brianne G. Senior Lieutenant is Angeles Romaldo. First Lieutenant, Andrea Tavera. And your captain, Juliana Salazar. Twirler of the week is Sophie McNeil. Watch now as the twirlers perform an exciting box routine to Boogie Shoes. JISD is proud to present the Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. The band is under the field direction of junior drum majors Abby Barrier, Anaja White, and senior drum major Logan Botno. Feature twirler is Adriana Munoz. The band will perform Vienna Philharmonic Fanfare and New Colonial March. Now at the center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. Indian Band is under the direction of Donnie Barrier, Eliana Aguilar, Austin Nelson.
Jacksonville High School Band finishing up the halftime performance. I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. Jacksonville wins halftime.
That's what I like to hear, Matt.
They won it clearly. I don't even have to see Brownsboro. I know they're going to be good, but I'll tell you right now, Jacksonville wins halftime. All right, guys, I'm going to toss it back up to you. Take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All righty. Thank you, Matt. Welcome into the Whataburger halftime report. You make the order. Whataburger makes it fresh. Our stats tonight also brought to you by our good friend Randy Gorham, CPA. But before we get into the stats, let's get into this week's Ask the Indians.
Wrestling? Definitely. I could beat you, though. I could beat you in wrestling.
Shot put for me. Disc. Swimming.
Basketball. I
The
guess.
javelin
We have been in the mat room before.
Oh. Track. Basketball.
Basketball.
I don't think I can
Gymnastics.
Come on. Gymnastics.
I can swim for days.
3v3
Track.
basketball. I do swim.
3v3 basketball.
3v3 basketball, not track for sure.
Gymnastics. Soccer, probably.
Track.
No, definitely.
Swimming.
Track, probably. Water polo.
3v3 basketball.
The 20 meter dash, she's I'm just saying though. Like.
If everybody wasn't so buff, probably shot put.
Discus, probably. Breakdancing.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium. Hope you enjoyed that edition of Ask the Indians. In which Olympic sport do you think you could win gold? And guys, which Olympic sport do you think you could win gold in up here in the press box?
Oh.
You didn't know. You weren't prepared.
No, I wasn't prepared.
You weren't prepared. I want to see
yeah.
whoever that was at the end that said that they should do breakdancing.
Let's
I would
go.
love to see the performance for that.
Absolutely. Well, is none an answer? Because that's definitely the most accurate answer.
Hopefully soccer would be my shot.
Oh yeah,
that would be
that'd be pretty fun.
That'd be fun. Yes.
I still think it would be super fun to compete in swimming in the Olympics, specifically the butterfly. I feel like 100-meter butterfly.
Yeah.
I could maybe hold my own in that. Against the guys that are 6'8" or however tall those swimmers are. They're all extremely huge.
I was watching this week, and there was the Olympics going on, and one of the swimmers didn't have any arms.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
So when he got to the wall to finish,
he bumped his forehead.
hit his head on the wall.
Pretty incredible.
It is incredible. Like the Olympics is impressive, and what those guys do is impressive. But some of the athletes for the Paralympic Games are just like unbelievably impressive.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to believe. Like just really, really impressive stuff. What about you? Did you answer?
I did not. Oh yeah, I said butterfly swimming.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What about the shooting one? That one, the handgun, like you line up. That one. I
like the photos of the older guys standing there with just relaxed with that pistol.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's what I would go for. Try that.
Well, we've got our stats tonight, and always brought to you by our good friend Randy Gorham, CPA, and got Todd up here. He's got his stats tonight. He's out of the stands now and into the booth with us. So let's take a look at what we've got for first half stats.
Trent Clater finished 2 completions, 6 attempts for a total of 7 yards in the first half. Rushing, Dede had 11 carries for 88 yards and 1 touchdown with a long run of 56 yards.
Ooh, good run there for Dede.
And Rodarius had 4 carries for 7 yards.
We haven't seen a lot of Randy Searles tonight. Hopefully we'll see a little more of him in the second half. And even when he's been in there hasn't been much of a hole for him to run through.
He hasn't had any room to run.
So hopefully we can find some space for him to let loose in the second half, because we know how much speed he has. He's so shifty, and he is very capable of the big play. And I think one of those in the second half is calling Randy Searles' name.
I hope you're right.
I mean, maybe just a second half kickoff.
I mean, that's definitely true.
Yeah, we get the
That's
ball.
definitely true. There is no way that they are kicking it to him.
Surely not.
Absolutely no way.
No.
If you've watched any film from last year or this year, there's no way that you kick it to Searles.
Punting in the first half, Cardenas had 5 punts for an average of 32.2 yards with a long of 42 for his last punt at the end of the half there.
And he had the one that he coffin cornered over to the 12. That was a really great punt. We kind of touched on it last week. This is Casey's first year playing football, and so far he's been great through the first 2 games. I mean, we've seen some good punts out of him.
Had a good kickoff.
He does not play goalkeeper in soccer.
So.
That's not something that he's like, oh, it's an easy transition to punting.
Right.
Punting is not easy. Trust me, I've done it for a number of years.
Yeah,
both in high school and college, and it is a hard transition, but he's done a tremendous job this year so far punting.
He really has. He's been really impressive to step in. Never played football before and just show up. Hey, your first game action is varsity football on a Friday night, and hasn't had any trouble handling the snap or anything like that. Has been really, really solid, really consistent, just reliable, and that's an impressive thing to just step in and be, a reliable punter at the high school level with no experience. Really credit to KC, and speaks to his skill level. And if we haven't mentioned it, which I know we have mentioned it several times, but KC, huge part of the Jacksonville soccer program. So stick around this year as we will bring you those games again on JISD Live. So
We will.
Always fun, both boys and girls soccer. We bring those games to you. We travel for big games on the road and for playoffs, and really fun to bring those. Really glad that we're able to bring those. So if you haven't yet tuned in or haven't yet come out to the stadium to watch soccer in Jacksonville, you're doing yourself a disservice, frankly. It's a really
You're missing out.
It's a really, really great time. So swing by the Tomato Bowl when soccer season starts. Join us on JISD Live and come enjoy a good time with us for Jacksonville Fighting Indian and Fighting Maiden soccer.
Both teams played the first half pretty clean. We had a total of 5 penalties, with 2 for Brownsboro and 3 for Jacksonville. So.
Yeah, there were not a lot of flags, and almost all of the flags, it seemed like, came towards the end of the half.
They did.
It was like last, 5 minutes, maybe even last 3 minutes is where we saw the bulk of the penalties come in. But a really good half of football for Jacksonville, especially defensively. They've played excellent to hold Brownsboro to a shutout in the first half, and Jacksonville offense still has got some stuff to work on. We took the first play down there. I think Dede took the first handoff and ran 56 yards.
Yes.
So that was a huge run, and then you immediately set yourself up inside the 5 and score. But since then, we haven't seen just a lot of offense.
Kind of struggle to move, and I think they've loaded up more on the line to shut down our run.
They have. I mean, it's been pretty predictable what we're going to do. We've run the ball a lot in the first half. We're probably going to need to find some misdirection in there somewhere in the second half to try to mix up their defense a little bit and not just trying to hand it to Dede and have him run up through the line every play. So we're going to need to see a little bit of maybe some trickery on offense. And I really think it's going to come down to Trent Clater being able to throw the ball in the second half, too. We need to find a more balanced attack. And so far, it's been very run-heavy, which I know that's our game plan, but you got to find some balance in there, too, throwing the ball.
Yeah. And defensively, we did. We played really well. We shut down the run. We were playing the pass a lot better to end the half and had a few chances there for interceptions.
We did.
Hands on the ball, 2 hands on the ball. We just didn't quite come down with it. If we could get what a lift it would be the defense if they could get one.
And I really thought Zeke was going to come down with the one. I'm pretty sure it was Brendan Richards kind of ran into him. And you could see Brendan, too, after the play, just kind of sick with himself that he maybe knocked that one out of the hands of Zeke. So we played the pass better towards the end of the half for sure. And maybe we can find a turnover here in the second half and kind of get some momentum going Jacksonville's way.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd point out that even early on in this game when Brownsboro was having success passing the ball, that was all short stuff, that was all underneath. And after last week, what you put on tape, meaning Jacksonville, giving up deep pass after deep pass, of course, a smart opponent's going to try to hit those big plays and hit you over the top. And Jacksonville has not given up that big play in the passing game. So I'm sure, as much as you'd want to hold them to 0% completion when it comes to passing in the first half, I'm sure it's a lesser sin to give up the short stuff and just make sure
don't give up that
correct.
big play.
Make sure that big back-breaking play doesn't happen in the passing game. And
you think we might have worked on that a little bit?
I think maybe that might have been a talking point once or twice throughout the week, but credit Jacksonville's defense for that. That hasn't been something that we've seen so far tonight. Brownsboro's taken one or two shots, but nothing there, and that almost interception that you talked about was one of those deeper passes, and those two defenders, Zeke and Brendan, both in really good position on that play, right where they were supposed to be. And so that's encouraging for Jacksonville after last week that, hey, this team is not throwing it over the top. They're not gigantic blown coverages deep in coverage. So for Jacksonville, encouraging there, and we'll see if they can clean up a little bit of that underneath stuff here in the second half. We'll see if they can find a passing game on offense and get some balance like you talked about. But overall, an encouraging first half for Jacksonville. And we'll see if they can come out and hold on to this lead to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, and you have to like how the Jacksonville defense, especially the secondary, has flown around throughout the game. I mean, we've seen some underneath passing routes that Brownsboro has been able to complete, but it didn't end up resulting in a huge play. And there were plenty of times last week where, I mean, they didn't throw a lot of that underneath stuff. They were throwing more of the deep ball that we were not covering very well. But it's very easy for you to try to prevent the deep ball, and then the underneath stuff ends up turning into big yardage. And Jacksonville's defense has done a really good job of controlling that and flying to the football in the first half. And they've done a good job, for the most part, of making the tackle on the first contact. We had, I think, one big run that slipped through there. But other than that, they've done a really good job of tackling tonight, and it's really good to see.
We were in position to make that play right at the line, and we just didn't make the tackle.
I think he broke through about 3 guys.
It sure looked like it.
Yeah, it was a good run. So credit Brownsboro, but also you're right, Jacksonville done a good job wrapping up in the first half, with the exception of that play. And speaking of good jobs, I mean, the front seven again, those players, Jordan Dorsey, Calvin Boyd, Mike Miles, again, the same guys that really popped off the screen last week, doing it again this week. That front seven is impressive for Jacksonville. They were impressive last week. I know the score may make it seem like they were not, but they absolutely were.
They
Center could not run the ball all night long. And that front seven was impressive last week, and they've been impressive in this first half as well.
Yeah, and other than the big run, I mean, do you have stats on Brownsboro as well for what they had rushing in the first half? Because other than the one big play, there really wasn't a lot there for Brownsboro rushing.
No, they had 13 carries for 40 yards rushing, so average of 3.1 yards per carry.
And that most of the 40 probably came from that one play.
One run, I bet, yes.
So we've seen some guys get in the backfield. Jordan Dorsey's gotten to the quarterback a couple times. We've seen Calvin Boyd pressuring a lot in the first half, and he's done a really good job exploding off the ball and getting through the line.
Look at the individual rushing yards for Brownsboro. Braylon Kirkpatrick, 5 carries for 48 yards, but he had the long of 53. So the other 4 carries,
losing yards.
So they were actually negative
Thompson,
rushing
1 for 2.
Other than that one play.
Micah Strickland, 1 for 1. So, other than that one play, they would have been negative.
Yeah, so great job by Jacksonville's front seven in that first half. They'll certainly need to be a big part of this second half if Jacksonville is to come away with the victory, because we know Brownsboro, they're going to try the underneath passing game, and they're going to try to run the ball. And so far, Jacksonville's front seven has kept everything in front of them. Even when Brownsboro has driven the ball down the field, Jacksonville's defense has bent, not broken. And
they have. And they get the football first. If they could come out and go down and score again, that would be huge to give themselves some cushion here to start the second half.
Let's just see.
I mean, you never know. I don't think they're going to kick it to him. If they make the mistake of kicking it to him, I feel like he'll probably get a huge return out of it.
Yes.
It may go back for 6. We'll see how that
would be
happens.
just the momentum we need.
That would
to
be
start.
huge momentum to start the second half, but giving yourself some cushion and not making every play on defense so dire to where if they score, they have the potential to tie it. I mean, I feel like that would also just be kind of a huge weight off the Jacksonville defense and just give them some level of calm. Got about 3 minutes, 40 seconds here remaining in halftime. Bring Matt back in. Matt, you got us down there?
No, he may be in line at the concession stand. For all
I can see him.
There he is.
I can see him.
I just had the mic off. Yeah, I just had the mic off. I'm here. Those are some really good stats. One player, their negative yardage and rushing. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yep. Good call there, Todd. So total offense, I missed that. What did Jacksonville have in total offense in the first half?
91.
91. 38 last week, 91. That's an improvement this week.
91 total. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see if Jacksonville can do what they did in the second half, like last week.
7 passing and 84 rushing.
Okay. Well, that's improvement. Big thing is no turnovers.
Yes, that's been huge so far.
That's the biggest thing so
and the
far.
really big thing is that 7-0 on the scoreboard.
That's the key.
That's a pretty important stat. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because, like we talked about last week, they had Jacksonville finished with over 300 yards of offense because of that great second half, but they got no points. So that's a good point, Todd. You want to get points.
And Jacksonville's just avoided the kind of back-breaking play in the first half. That's been huge for this game. They haven't given up the big play on defense. They haven't had a string of turnovers that put them in a difficult position. So a relatively clean first half of football for Jacksonville. Certainly things to work on, obviously. It wasn't perfect. But all things considered, especially coming off of last week's first half, you got to be encouraged by this first half for Jacksonville.
As a wise man once told me, stats are for losers. And I said, what are you saying? The only stat that matters is that one on the scoreboard, huh?
That is true. Thank you, fans, for joining us here on the Whataburger Halftime Report. You make the order. Whataburger makes it fresh. Stats. Also, thank you to Randy Gorham for being our sponsor for the statistics, both at halftime and post-game. Both teams have made it back out. We're almost set to kick this second half off. Jacksonville leading Brownsboro 7-0, and will receive the second half kick.
Got Searles, Brendan Richards, Didi Mares deep for Jacksonville. As Brownsboro will tee this ball up, it'll be Braylon Kirkpatrick set to kick off the second half here at Brownsboro Stadium. Homecoming tonight for the Bears. They did all that pregame. So we're set to go in the second half. Jacksonville versus Brownsboro. Here's Ryan.
Kirkpatrick sends this one away.
Searles.
They find Searles. Searles trying to find some room. Gets across the field. Going to be met hard. And brought down inside the Jacksonville 25. So they did end up kicking it to Searles. I did not think there was any chance that was going to happen to start the second half.
I'm not sure they had the video of last year's games, particularly that Chapel Hill game. Searles, about a 12-yard return, not too bad. So Jacksonville will get the football first after deferring on the coin toss. Off to a great start. Scored on their opening drive, but nothing since. Didi Mares will start in the backfield at running back. Of course, the sophomore quarterback, Trent Clater, at quarterback.
Clater in the backfield with Didi. Going to hand it off to Didi up the middle. Didi finds a hole.
Close.
Can't quite get past the Brownsboro defense. If he breaks that tackle from Cade Williams, he's got a lot of green grass in front of him.
Williams was just riding him down, but Mares busts through that gap on that right side over there, and nice blocking by Javon Rangel going right behind him as Mares picks up a solid 7 yards.
Clater takes the snap, going to hand this one off to Didi again. Didi makes a man miss, but then is met behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was Kirkpatrick who initially made contact in the backfield. Somebody missed a block for Jacksonville on that O-line, and Kirkpatrick shot the gap maybe and got past somebody. As Kirkpatrick now reaching down with his calf, grabbing his calf like he's got something pulled there. Hey, I want to say hello to a couple guys I know are watching the game. Pastor Darren Wood out at Midland. Thanks, Darren, for watching, tuning in. Also, our good friend Eric Aiken up in Texarkana watching as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in to Fighting Indian Football here on JISD Live. They're going to get Cameron Thompson. Jacksonville's tight end, the sophomore, jumped.
So flag comes in. That'll back Jacksonville up 5.
It wasn't really a bad jump. It was more of a twitchy. Just kind of twitched a little bit. So now 3rd down. Thompson will check out. You know, you got 3rd down and makeable 5, and that's 3rd down back in 3rd and 10.
Penalty will take away from Didi's gain on 1st down, so 3rd and 10 now for Jacksonville. One receiver each way. Clater takes the snap, going to fake the handoff, rolling to his right, looks over, picked off by Jack Anderson.
Oh, this is going to come back because you got a roughing the passer penalty against Trent Clater. I'm not sure why Trent threw that ball right there. I mean, the linebacker had just cleared that area and was right there, and gosh, he just threw it right to him.
He did throw it right to him.
Oh, man. But it's going to go against Brownsboro. It's going to be on Kirkpatrick. Keep calling his name, huh? He roughed the passer. So that's going to negate the interception, thankfully, for Jacksonville.
Yeah, because that would have set Brownsboro up with really good field position for their first possession of the second half.
And, again, these are the things that you're going to get with a sophomore quarterback. There's probably not a kid in the sophomore class as intelligent as Trent Clater. He is just a smart young man. But there's something about going from freshman football action to varsity football action. That speed, that tempo is a lot faster, and you think in 9th grade he gets that pass through right there, but not at this level. So the official's still talking about it. So I'm hoping they're not going to give the interception to him and say the penalty came after the play. Is that what they're talking about, do you think? Am I misinterpreting the rules there?
I'm not sure. I mean, the Brownsboro defense kind of looked like they were excited for a second.
Well, anytime
they're standing a whole lot closer to the referee than I am.
Well, anytime there's a flag and it's clearly a roughing the passer penalty, and they talk this long, that says that they're not sure about when the interception happened versus the personal foul roughing the passer. Maybe they're going to call that a dead ball and give the ball to Brownsboro.
And then back them up.
Yeah. Still talking about it.
Do we have any Jeopardy music?
Man. Now he's going to run all the way over and explain it to the Brownsboro head coach. So Jason Holman is pensively waiting here. So what is the call, man?
I'm not sure. Jacksonville's offense is still on the field.
There's fouls on both teams. Roughing the passer. Holding on Jacksonville. Those are going to offset, and they're going to replay 3rd down.
What a break for Jacksonville. You got away with one there.
Boy, I'm telling you.
So they will replay the down. So still 3rd and 10 for the Indians. Didi Mara's in the backfield with Trent Clater. One man each way for the Indians. Clater gets the snap, bounces off his face mask, throws it down the field. No one there for Jacksonville, so I'll bring up 4th and 10.
Just bobble the snap. He's just shook up right now and just not comfortable back there as Trent Clater. And good snap. He just, ball popped up out of his hands and he threw it downfield. And gosh, the way he threw that football, just threw it in traffic. It's fortunate it wasn't intercepted again. So, you got to keep your composure and just one thing at a time and catch the football.
We had a flag on the play. I'm not really sure what the call was.
It's a legal lineman downfield.
Okay, so that's going to go against Jacksonville.
Well, because it was a running play.
But declined.
But they were going to give the ball to Didi, and the ball popped up, and Trent just threw it down the field, and you got linemen leading down the field blocking. That's why you're going to get a down the field lineman.
So that'll bring up 4th and 10. So KC back into the game to punt this one away for the Indians. Good snap, comes back. KC rolling to his right, gets a good rugby kick off. Good Jacksonville bounce. Going to go inside the Brownsboro 40 and finally downed at the 38.
I tell you, Cardenas has done a heck of a job for somebody that hasn't played football last week against Center and tonight here in Brownsboro. He has done a heck of a job.
Yeah, that just flipped the field. You really can't say enough about the job Casey's doing.
He's done a great job. Who's the snapper, Matt? I don't know that I saw who the long snapper was.
I'm working on that.
I believe it's Toby Simpson.
It is Toby.
Okay.
Yes.
Toby Simpson has done a phenomenal job
really
snapping
has.
the ball so far for the first 2 games.
Absolutely he has.
Yeah, I've got Toby in class. So also a fantastic student.
Thompson throws this one to his left. Going to be met behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, Crockett, nice job getting off the block and making the tackle. Just a little screen out there as number 15, Man Scott, came out for the block, and Crockett just shed him and goes out and knocks the receiver out of bounds.
Loss of 3 on the play to bring up 2nd and 13.
Just a heck of a play. Now, if you're Crockett, be careful. You're out one-on-one right now with a guy that's caught a lot of passes this ball game, Gabriel Hendricks.
Thompson takes the snap, going to roll to his right. Men in pursuit for Jacksonville. This one thrown away down the field over the head of Reagan Ford. Zeke is trying to get over there to see if he could pick it off, thrown out of bounds. So that'll bring up 3rd and 13 for the Bears.
Yeah, the intermediate coverage for Jacksonville has really been there tonight. I heard you guys talking about it at the half, done a nice job. A lot of the underneath stuff, been kind of playing soft and giving it to them. Brownsboro's taking advantage of that, but nothing deep, and that's what you want to keep happening. 3rd down, 12 now for Brownsboro.
2 receivers each way for the Bears. Thompson and Curtis Warren in the backfield for Brownsboro. Thompson gets the snap, looking to his left. This one high out of reach of Danton Wright. He goes down hard. Hopefully he's okay.
That ball just out of his reach, and he took a shot from Trekelvian Curl of Jacksonville. Kind of came in late. Curl actually got a hand on the ball, but boy, did Danton Wright fall awkwardly. He looks like he's going to be okay. They're helping him up. He should come off the field under his own power, but he's limping a little bit. So it'll be 4th down and 12.
Yeah, he just kind of landed awkwardly too. So
well, he's reaching out for that ball,
he
and
got a little twisted up.
Just a little bit too far off his fingertips.
Yeah,
ball actually came off his hands and hit Curl in the hands, and then Curl popped him.
Some good sportsmanship on that play, as well as Jordan Dorsey came over and checked on him as he was walking off, and as the Jacksonville trainers were getting there. So
love to see that.
Good to see him walking off under his own power as well.
So 4th and 13 for Brownsboro.
So Brennan Richards standing at his own 35 for Jacksonville to receive this punt and get any kind of decent return here and get it across the river into Brownsboro territory to give Jacksonville a short field here in this next possession.
Keaton Delaney set to punt this one away for the Bears. High snap, able to bring it down. This one blocked by Dorsey. Big play for the Jacksonville defense once again. Jordan Dorsey
another block.
With another punt block.
I just thought Jacksonville was kind of peeling back for it, and Dorsey said, no, it was a high snap. And he saw that, and I don't think the punt block was on. But that's Jordan Dorsey. That's his motor. That's how fast that sucker runs all the time. He just turned it on once he saw that extension by the punter bringing it down. He said, I got this one, and he blocks it. And Jacksonville gets their 2nd punt block of the season in week 2.
And Jordan Dorsey has both of them.
Yep. 28-yard line of Brownsboro for Jacksonville.
1 each way for the Indians on 1st and 10 with good field position to start this drive. Searles in the backfield with Clater. Clater gets the snap, going to drop back, looks over the middle, just through the hands of Brendan Richards.
Good ball.
Really good ball from Clater.
Yep, led him perfectly, and gave Brendan Richards a chance to catch the football. He got his hands on it, but pretty good coverage by Brownsboro, knocking it away there at the last minute. I like the call right there by Jacksonville. You get the punt block, kind of get Brownsboro's their daubers down in the dirt a little bit emotionally.
And we've been running the football a lot.
Yeah, and you go in the end zone. I like the call.
Claytor going to take the snap. This handoff goes to Searles, bounces it around to the right, trying to pick up some yardage. Still on his feet. They're going to blow this one dead, but Searles going to pick up about 3.
He never went down. He's such a strong runner. And, another 10th grader, one of 7 on Jacksonville's varsity football team this year, and a lot of time as a freshman last year. Actually became the leading rusher last year after coming up to the varsity in week 5. So 3rd down, 6 now for Jacksonville.
One each way once again for the Indians. Claytor in the backfield with Searles. Claytor going to take the snap. This handoff goes to Searles. Has some room around the right side. Makes a cut. Makes a man miss. And Rodarius Searles in for the score.
24-yard run by Randy Searles. Great blocking on that outside. I got to catch the receiver, do that. I know Josh Gaskin was leading out there. What a nice run off the receiver's block. I think that was Dante Simmons down the field stalk blocking, and Randy Searles got to about the 10, makes the cut, forces his way in for the score. 13-0. Here is Cardenas out of the hold of Zeke Whitaker.
KC in for the extra point. Extra points brought to your friends by At Neighbors Coffee. And this one from KC is up and good. So with 8:33 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Jacksonville finds another score. 14-0 now your score. Jacksonville on top of Brownsboro. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. Jacksonville takes a 14-0 lead over the Bears.
Da Bears.
KC going to get this one teed up, kick it away for Jacksonville. Kickoff's brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. If you need a kick, get yours from our friends at Neighbors.
That 14 points feels really good, fellas.
Feels real good.
I mean, you're up 7-0. That's okay, too. But, man, when you get to that 14, now it's time to play some defense if you're Jacksonville.
KC boots this one away. This one high and left and going to go out the back of the end zone for another touchback.
Wow, KC.
2 touchbacks for the man KC. He's having a great game tonight. And add another touchback to it.
I mean, a heck of a job by this young man. Dude, good. Got to get me some 5 on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Slapping that ball silly. So here's Brownsboro with their second offensive possession of the second half. Their offense obviously needs to get something going, as they had a lot of success throwing the pass in the second quarter, as I recall, really moving the ball well. They just couldn't get that conversion on 3rd and long several times.
1st and 10 for the Bears. Thompson going to hand this one off around the right side and pushed out of bounds. Curtis Warren on the carry.
I think Warren likes to run wide like that. There's been a couple of those inside between the tackle handoffs where he did not want that. He did not want that ball coming in that gap right there in the A gap against Jacksonville's front.
No, I kind of wonder if maybe that's kind of a designed run, too, around the outside. Jacksonville's been so stout trying to run the ball up the middle. They were negative in the first half up the middle on yardage-wise. 3 receivers left, 1 right for the Bears. Thompson going to look to his left.
Nice job.
Great tackle.
Elijah Harris in open field. Harris getting his first action for Jacksonville in the secondary, not getting the start tonight. Had a little boo-boo last week, and that was part of that, but he's back in. Makes a nice open field tackle, 3-yard gain. 2-yard gain, actually 3rd and 7 now for Brownsboro.
3rd and 7 for the Bears. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Thompson going to get the snap, drops back, looks to his left, finds his man, has a hole. Jordan Dorsey beats him to the sideline, gets the tackle. Pretty good play, though, for Brownsboro. Is going to pick up the first down.
Boy, that tunnel screen has just hurt Jacksonville. We got a cramp down here with Gabriel Hendricks, who caught that little tunnel screen and got up the field quickly. And, boy, Jordan Dorsey ran him down quickly. I mean, defensive end, down the field like that.
Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of speed. We've talked about it so far.
I mean, he's going to be on my 4x4. I'm telling you, he can go.
Well, while they're checking out Hendricks, we'll take a quick break and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now.
Welcome back to Bears Stadium here in Brownsboro. Jacksonville leading the Bears 14-0, 7:38 left here in the third, and a big first down pickup for Brownsboro. Thompson in the backfield going to hand this one off. Another wide run from Curtis Warren.
Late flag.
Late flag comes in.
That's usually where you see a hold. Just wide run. Everybody's kind of running to the ball, and somebody reaches out and grabs somebody. Let's see if that's going to be the call. It came from the side judge after a pickup of about 4.
The umpire is facing Brownsboro, so kind of appears it is going to be on Brownsboro. It is a hold.
It's from the spot, so
but it'll still back them up 10 from there. So
should be about 1st and 18, something like that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they got it at the line of scrimmage. It looks like 1st and 20, but
I think it's going to be 1st and 17.
Yeah, they got 1st and 17. Close. So break for Jacksonville right there as Brownsboro kind of going to the edge with their running game more in the second half, huh?
So far, that has been the strategy. 2 receivers each way for the Bears. Thompson drops back. Lots of pressure. Sack.
Wow. Hello, Toby Simpson. No, is that Ty Lindsey? Excuse me, Ty Lindsey.
Ty Lindsey with a big sack.
Wow.
That'll back the Bears up, make it 2nd and 23.
I mean, Ty Lindsey got off the block, and the quarterback said, I think I got time to boof. He didn't have time. That's what the boof meant. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. Great play by Lindsey, the senior.
Your weekly learning new words.
Hey,
with
that
Matt.
may be a bone crusher hit candidate right there.
That's a Batman term, boof.
Thompson takes the snap, rolling to his right. Dorsey in pursuit. Almost brought down one-handed by Brendan Richards. It's going to be incomplete.
And Richards is cramped up. And Jason Krause, look at him run across the field.
Ooh, he's on a mission.
He's running at least a 6'5", 40 right there. At least 6'5", maybe 7. He got over there in a hurry. Let's take a break.
We'll step away for just a moment while they check on Mr. Richards. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
Welcome back. Brendan Richards helped off the field under his own power, though, after the cramp. So hopefully he can get some fluids in him and get back going. 3rd and long for the Bears. 3 receivers right, 1 left for Brownsboro. Thompson going to get the snap, rolling to his right. Has a man downfield. This one going to be caught out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and long.
Once again, Jacksonville doing a nice job of keeping guys in front of them. It was Elijah Harris on the coverage, but like you said, thrown out of bounds. The receiver didn't really have a chance to catch that football as Adam Thompson just had a little bit too much of it going to the sideline. And Jacksonville will send Dante Simmons in to receive this punt as Brendan Richards still out with a cramp, but I think he'll be back here soon.
Keaton Delaney set to punt this ball away for Brownsboro. Snap comes back, does get this one away. This one a high ball. Jacksonville going to let this one go. It's going to be down inside the Jacksonville 30.
Good so punt there by Brownsboro. Keeping it away. It got a really wicked bounce, or Dante was going to try to scoop that up, and coaching staff screamed, "Leave it alone."
It did. It was knuckling through the air. It didn't have tight spiral on it, and got a really good bounce in favor of Brownsboro. So Jacksonville will have 1st and 10 from their own 29.
Jacksonville sends their offense in. You got left offensive tackle, the big fella, Mancera. Got Para. Got Saul snapping the ball.
2 receivers left for Jacksonville. This handoff going to go to Dede straight up the middle. Hard run. Finally going to be brought down. Good gain on the play for Dede.
Just a grinder. I mean, he just grinds it out. He's about 5'6", maybe, but he's got really thick upper legs, his thighs. Really hard to bring down, low center of gravity. Got to find him, you know, when he's getting in that mix master. Picks up 5, 2nd down, and 7, 2nd and 3, excuse me.
Clater going to take the snap, hand this one off to Mares again, makes a cut up the field.
Ooh, he got popped there.
Going to be brought down. I think he gained a couple on the play, but that'll bring up 3rd down for the Indians.
Yeah, it's been a long time since Jacksonville's had such a 1-2 punch at running back. And we haven't even seen Elijah Harris yet. He's a pretty good runner too, but he's playing mainly on defense. But, Mares, Randy Searles, of course, unfortunately lost Drew Dials. He was another part of the package, but he's out apparently for the year now.
1 receiver each way. 3rd and short for Jacksonville. Clater going to take the snap, hands this one off to Mares. Has a hole. Big gain here for Dede. Has lots of room to run. Just needs to get past the last man, but a big gain for Dede and another EAG Ford 1st down.
You know who Dede just reminds me of, just watching him bounce? What was that? What's the running back that played for Michigan last year when they won the national championship? Got drafted. What's his name? The running back.
Don't ask me.
He looks just like that
remember.
kid. That's the way he runs. Not, he's not gonna run. You're
looking for Blake Corum is the name of that.
Yes,
There you go.
Blake Corum. Somebody drafted him. That's exactly how Dede runs a football.
Big gain there. Good for an EAG Ford 1st down. Clater going to hand it off on 1st down to Dede once again. Flag comes in.
Looks like a hold on Jacksonville. Searles checking in now for Dede. See the call here. Flag came in from the middle of the field, usually where you see that hold on the offense. Dede's now going to get a break.
Blake Corum was drafted by the Rams in the 3rd round.
That
Looky
internet's
there.
pretty cool, isn't it?
I guess it's working okay enough up here.
Yeah, I had great internet at the half.
Well,
5G.
Currently, 5G is what's running our broadcast tonight.
Yeah.
Brought to you by my phone.
And we're all grateful.
Very.
Glad it works well enough in Brownsboro. One receiver each way. Searle's going to get the handoff, trying to find a hole up the middle. Another flag going to come in.
Now what?
This one came in from the side judge a little late, so it could be something at the end of
And
the
this
play.
third quarter has been pretty flaggy.
There's been lots of flags. There were not. We talked about it at halftime. It was pretty clean first half. There were not a lot of penalties, but so far in this third quarter, there's probably been more than there were in the entire first half.
Officials having a conversation about the penalty and where the spot was. Searle's got about 3 or 4, and then the flag came in, so it depends on where the foul occurred, where they spot it. Can't be too much of a differential from in 3 or 4 yards, guys. Come on.
Well, it was already 1st and 20, so we didn't need a penalty there.
What is?
We're still not quite sure who it's going to be on.
And now this is just I don't know.
There's lots of conferring going on tonight between the officials.
And then they have to go tell both coaches. Holding on
Blindside block, I think is what he said on
Blindside
Jacksonville.
block.
Yeah.
So call it and let's go.
So that's going to back Jacksonville up even more. So we will now have a 1st and 35 for the Indians. We've seen some long downs through the first 2 games. We had a 2nd and 46. We have a 1st and 35 now.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a good time to point out that we converted that 2nd and 46.
We did. Handoff goes to Searles. Has a lot of room to run. Needs to get past a man. Finally going to be brought down by Curtis Warren, but a good pickup there on the 1st and long.
That's how you get a big chunk of it back right there. Gaskin with a nice kick-out block at his H-back position. Rangel getting outside and getting a nice block as well from his guard position.
So that'll bring up, I think, 2nd and 14 is what I'm looking at.
I got 3rd and 14 on the scoreboard, but it's 2nd.
It's 2nd down.
Yeah.
Two receivers on the right for Jacksonville. We're going to have a flag come in here before the play.
Delay a game. I wasn't even watching the play clock.
How is that possible?
That's not possible. They didn't reset it.
No, I think it's stuck. It's at.
Is it stuck?
There was no way 40 seconds went by.
There's no way 40 seconds went by.
I mean, they have it at 25 right now.
You saw it all the way? Let's go, hold on.
Oh, wow.
Official said he saw it.
Okay. Another flag comes in.
That was motion against Jacksonville, and Danny Ramsey, offensive coordinator, just turned to Jason Holman and said, "Coach, can I call timeout, please?" And Jason said, "Yes, go ahead." Timeout, Jacksonville.
Timeout, Jacksonville. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life. I'm a registered investment advisor with the state of Texas and chartered financial consultant. Whether you need portfolio management or comprehensive financial planning, I can help you. Call me for a free consultation.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. Jacksonville now with a 2nd and 24 after a couple penalties. Gaskin goes in motion. We have another flag come in after the timeout.
What is the call? Must not have had enough men on the line of scrimmage,
I have
perhaps?
no idea what is going on.
As soon as
right
Gaskin
now.
went in motion, they threw the flag. False start.
We've had more penalties in the second half than we have plays. Like, there has to be more penalties than plays so far.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
So Jacksonville backed up once again, now 2nd and 29. .342 left here in the third. Jacksonville leading Brownsboro 14-0. Gaskin goes in motion. Handoff goes to Searles, trying to find some room. Picks up a couple after the contact, and then a hard hit on Searles.
Lost a helmet as Jack Anderson. He's going to have to leave for at least one play. So Searles tried to turn that corner, and then he met Mr. Anderson, and he lost his helmet.
So Gaskin going to check out.
Thompson checks in, the sophomore tight end. 3rd down, 29 for Jacksonville as we go toward the 3-minute mark here in this third quarter. Jack's leading 14-0.
2 receivers left for the Indians. Searles in the backfield with Clater. Handoff goes to Searles. Bounces it to his right. Has a huge hole. And Randy Searles is going to score again.
44 yards. Luis Mancera kicked out the only guy that had a chance. Caught Brownsboro in a stunt going one way, and Searles finds a gap, and it was off to the races for 44 for Jacksonville's 3rd touchdown of the ball game. Searles' 2nd. Had a 24-yard run earlier. That one from 44. Here's J.C. Cardenas. Toby Simpson snapping. Zeke Whitaker on the hold.
KC in for the extra point, brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This one from KC is up and good. So 21-0 now the score. Jacksonville leading Brownsboro. We'll take a quick break and be right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium. Jacksonville taking a 21-0 lead after a huge touchdown run from Randy Searles. Now KC Cardenas has it teed up for the kickoff. Brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. KC going to hit this one low. It takes a hop. So Brownsboro going to bring this one out on the return.
Look out.
Big return. Lots of room here.
No, don't hit him. Don't hit him. Oh, held him up. It's a short sideline over here.
It really is. There is not much room.
Yep. Great return there.
Big return from Curtis Warren.
Yeah. He's the running back that's taken Jacksonville wide a few times. So Brownsboro gets the good return here, down 21-0, 2:36 remaining in the third, and they have decent field position to start this drive at their own 48. But they are going to have something happen here pretty quick. Down 3 scores.
So 1st and 10 from the Brownsboro 48. 3 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson takes the handoff, going to hand this one off to Kirkpatrick, who's immediately met in the backfield.
Dorsey. Wow. It wasn't just a tackle. I mean, he WWE'd him right there. He body slammed him. Physical tackle by the senior Jordan Dorsey.
Jordan Dorsey has had a fantastic game so far.
Like I said a minute ago, that motor is always running with Jordan.
2nd and 11 for Brownsboro. 3 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson going to run to his right. Lots of room here for Thompson. Flag comes in. I believe we're going to get a hold here, Matt.
Yep, they're going to get a hold on number 56, Robert Spencer. Just reached out and grabbed Mike Taylor for Jacksonville. No, I'm not stuttering. That's his name, Michael Taylor. We call him Mike. Got held big time. Oh, they're going to call it on 70.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's going to go against Cameron Strait.
And he's going to do the check out of the ball game in front of everybody because I got a penalty run out of the game.
So holding will back the Bears up 10, so that'll bring up 2nd and 21.
I can't say enough about the physical play of Jacksonville's front. Just playing really good, tough, hard-nosed football tonight. And they did so last week in that opening game against Center as well.
They really have. The whole line has had a great night tonight on
Linebackers
defense.
are taking great angles as well.
Thompson sends a man in motion. Going to look down the field. Brendan Richards in his hands, but not able to bring it down.
Great coverage by Richards, Zeke, and we got an injured Brownsboro Bear on the field here. So while they tend to him, guys, we may need to take a break.
While they
come back,
check out the injured player, we'll take a short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
We'd like to say thank you to tonight's team meal sponsor, M&H Crates. Thank you for your valued support of Jacksonville Athletics.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, that cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
I'm Matt Montgomery. For over 40 years, my business has helped people manage their money and organize their financial life.
So 3rd and long here for the Bears. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Thompson drops back, rolling to his right. No one there. He's going to throw this one away. Another big 3rd down stop for the Jacksonville defense, and we'll have 4th and long. So Brownsboro going to punt this one away.
Well, it's really got to be deflating for Brownsboro. 3rd down 21, and your quarterback throws it in the stands. I mean, that's how good the coverage was for Jacksonville right there, where he doesn't even want to take a shot downfield. Lots of improvement this week for Jacksonville in that secondary. So Brendan Richards is back in the ball game, obviously, after making a couple defensive stops. He's back now to receive this punt by Brownsboro.
Keaton Delaney in to punt this one away. Snap comes back. Delaney able to get this one off. This ball going to bounce out about the Jacksonville 30. So Jacksonville have 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 125, remaining here in the third quarter.
So Jacksonville will take over at their own 30-yard line. 1:25 remaining in this third quarter, 21-0 Jacksonville. So you just want to keep playing your game here. Don't get comfortable just because you have a 3-score lead.
Claytor takes a snap, hands this one off.
Dede
able to bounce off a man and then find a hole. Going to pick up a couple on the play.
Nothing there, and Dede still gets 3. 2nd and 7.
It's like Cameron Thompson coming up a little gimpy on the play, so he'll check out.
I think Cam Thompson's going to be a special player for Jacksonville, a sophomore. He's got that size, smart kid. About 6'2", about 185, 190. He's going to grow into that physical kind of player that Jacksonville really needs.
Dede in the backfield with Claytor. We're going to have another delay of game.
No, Jacksonville called
timeout
Yep.
just before. Good catch there from the Jacksonville coaching staff. That one seemed really quick too, Matt.
Well, Thompson checked out of the ball game, and Jacksonville just kind of took their time, and they really didn't hurry right there. They got to have a little bit better clock management if you're Jacksonville offensively right there. They had a penalty a minute ago. Now you got to burn timeout.
Yeah, so that leaves them with one timeout. 34 seconds here left in the third.
And offensive coordinator Danny Ramsey is he's reading them the riot act right now. I mean, he's telling them what I think I said a minute ago. Hey, don't get comfortable here. Don't get comfortable. Put your foot on the pedal. Finish this thing. I mean, yeah, you're trying to break a long losing streak. You lost 11 in a row, right? And you're trying to break that. Finish it. Finish it strong.
Just coming out of the timeout, Jacksonville will have 2nd and 7. Getting close to the end of the third quarter. Claytor hands off to Dede. Has some room to run. Gets through. Breaks the tackle. Finally dragged down. We're going to have a face mask come in here.
Man,
they ripped Dede's helmet off.
That back judge has got an arm.
He threw that flag a long way.
He did the other one a long way. He's throwing that flag about 40 yards in the air. He's going to hit somebody in the face, man. Dede's checking out right now after that big run. Let's see the call.
Really good run there from Dede.
Yeah.
It's got to be a face mask. He ripped Dede's helmet off. I don't know what other call there is here to talk about.
Well, Dede's just been powerful. Todd, when you get a chance, how many yards does that give him? We know that Searles
He's sitting in the stands.
Oh,
so
is he?
We'll
okay,
have to
we'll
check
catch
with him in a little bit.
Okay. I mean, we know Searles has a 44-yard touchdown run, a 24-yard touchdown run, but it's been Dede who has barely been getting all the yardage inside those 20s. And what can you say about this offensive line? Really doing a nice job tonight, opening up those gaps and staying on. Wait a minute. Now, this is going against Jacksonville. What is going on here?
How is that possible?
What is this? What is he doing?
Offsetting penalties?
Oh, my God.
What?
All right.
Wow.
I'm done with this crew.
Oh, my goodness.
God. Wow. And it's been about a 5 or 6 minute break to call that. Really, it's been 5 minutes since that play was over almost.
25 seconds and counting here left in the third quarter. Jacksonville now with a really long field. Searles gets the handoff, tries to get past Warren, not able to do so. We're going to blow this one dead.
That should be the last play of the third.
And that will do it. So at the end of 3, Jacksonville leads Brownsboro 21-0. Big game so far for Jacksonville. We'll step away and take a short break as they swap ins. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville Athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro for the start of the fourth quarter. Jacksonville leading Brownsboro 21-0. And they've got a 3rd and 6. Claytor going to hand this one off. Up the middle goes Dede.
He's close.
I think he's a yard short, Matt.
Yep, just a yard short. Jason Holman thinking about it right here. You're inside your own 40, 4th down. It's about a yard to go. So they're going to go for it here. He gave Danny Ramsey the let's go look, and Gaskin checks in, Thompson checks out. Where's that play clock? I'm still trying to find it.
We've got 10 seconds left on the play clock.
Where is it?
It's down there behind the field goal. It's in a white numbers.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Claytor going to hand this one off to Dede. Goes up the middle.
He got it.
Dede
easily got it.
Through the line. Big EAG Ford 1st down.
So Jason Holman says, yeah, let's go for it inside our 40. We're up 21-0. Let's set the tone here. Let's make a statement. Nothing there for Dede.
Nothing for Dede.
So he'll get back to the line of scrimmage just barely. Cam Thompson will check in for Gaskin. So Jacksonville, when they bring in Thompson like that, they go to that tight end look versus the H-back look that Gaskin is in for. They tried to throw to Thompson one time tonight.
2 receivers left for Jacksonville. Dede in the backfield with Claytor. Claytor going to fake the handoff, rolls to his left.
There
Great pass, finds Cameron Thompson with some room.
It's a clip. That's going to come back.
Comes in, but a great connection there between Claytor and Cameron Thompson.
It was a great, but you got a block in the back. They're going to, I think they're going to get Jared Holman on that one. And, I mean, it was obvious. The guy was standing there about to make the tackle, and Holman just knocked him right in the back. So, but it's going to be from the spot, okay? So the foul occurred at the Brownsboro 36, 37-yard line. So it'll be marked from there. Should be.
I guess. There's a lot of flags out. There's 2 on the opposite side of the field.
I didn't see those flags.
So I'm not really sure what we're going to get here.
Well, it was a clip on this side, and it was obvious.
Yeah.
But how about Cam Thompson catching that ball?
It was a great catch.
I mean, rumbling, stumbling, fumbling, running down that field, baby. Big fella. I mean, you think about him as he matures from where he is right now, and you saw him running with that football. He's going to be a physical football player, 10th grader. So now let's sort out all this laundry on the field. These guys must be getting paid by the flag because they are racking them up. 3 fouls.
Oh, my gosh.
3 fouls.
Ineligible man downfield.
They've got an unsportsmanlike on Cam Thompson.
How is that?
How? What? How is that?
That has to be the wrong number.
That's got to be the wrong number.
He's the one that caught the ball. What? I don't know, Matt. I don't know.
I can't figure that out.
So we're going to have another really long down here for Jacksonville, which those have been pretty good so far, not going to lie.
Man, I can't keep up with all these calls.
Man,
I can't even tell our viewers what the call is because there was 3 on that one play.
The scoreboard says 2nd and 24. Is that right?
I mean, yeah, he looked like a – oh, my goodness. The referee looked like a third base coach signaling the guy in a minute ago. So many calls.
Slater going to hand this one off to Didi. Didi trying to find a hole. Nothing there. Not much on the play for Didi. I think he may pick up a couple. That'll bring up 3rd and long for Jacksonville. Under 10 minutes remaining here in the game. Jacksonville still leading Brownsboro 21-0, but 3rd and long coming up for Jacksonville. One each way for the Indians. Gaskin in motion. Clater going to hand this one off to Didi.
That's Searles.
That's Didi.
Oh, is that Didi? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
He kind of maybe stepped awkwardly. He almost went to cut and just kind of went down. So
his foot just slipped. I mean, it just came out from under him, and he went straight down. I mean, he might have been able to bounce it outside, but he slipped.
Yeah, it'll bring up 4th and long.
So Brownsboro is going to get pretty good field position here. And boy, they got to make something happen in a hurry because they're down 3 scores with 8:54 remaining. As KC Cardenas will come in, excuse me.
We got 5 seconds on the play clock, so I guess Jacksonville content to use their last timeout. I'm not sure what we're doing here.
We tell you, but we don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering why the play clock wasn't running that entire time.
Trust me, I've been on this broadcast for years. This has happened before.
And so now we're restarting the
Jacksonville
the
has
game clock.
held their punt team on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
Coach Holman's standing.
It's like he's waiting to call a timeout.
Yeah, I wonder if what we just saw was we were intending to let the play clock run all the way down.
Yeah.
And then take a timeout. And they didn't run the game clock, and so they just allowed us to do that after.
So a lot more time ran off the clock. So Brownsboro's own timekeeper hurt them.
Well, no, I think they ended up running off the same amount, but
Did
the first time the play clock ran to 0, they weren't running the game clock.
Ah, gotcha.
And so I'm sure Jason Holman pointed that out, and so then reset the play clock and then run the game clock down to run that amount of time off. So I think that's what we did. I think we're all square now. We just kind of took an additional 25 seconds to get that done. And so now Jacksonville sending their punt team on, and the play clock is still running. So we're definitely having some play clock issues here.
It's been reset to 25 now, so hopefully they've got that issue squared away. So KC in to punt this one away for the Indians. 8:11 here left in the fourth quarter. Good snap comes back to KC. Good rugby punt. Really well hit ball there from Cardenas. That is bobbled on the return. Recovered by Brownsboro, and Jacksonville going to knock him out of bounds about the Brownsboro 48.
Man, I'm really digging Cardenas' soccer-style punts.
Yeah.
I mean, he really gets – he just doesn't get just depth, but he gets height, and the ball turns over and makes it hard to handle.
Yeah, and the connection between him and Toby Simpson, who, again, just perfect deep snaps all game long.
Yes.
Same last week. That setup,
That's
half the equation.
That is a very underrated part of the game too, and you don't see a lot of long snappers in high school that have a lot of success. But so far, Toby Simpson has been absolute money.
Absolutely.
The punting game for Jacksonville has been on point through almost 2 games now.
1st and 10 from the Brownsboro 48. Thompson drops back, looks over the middle, finds his man. Reagan Ford brought down by Elijah Benavidez.
And it was a physical tackle by the sophomore for Jacksonville, Benavidez. I remember watching him last year as a freshman and being on the sidelines at that freshman game looking at Jason Ullman and saying, hey, that is going to be a varsity linebacker next year.
So 9 yards on the pickup. Bring up 2nd and 1 for the Bears. Thompson gets the snap, going to fake the handoff, take it himself around the left side.
Nowhere to
Jacksonville in pursuit. Benavidez again.
That's just the way to stay home right there. I mean, Toby Simpson and Benavidez. I see Calvin Boyd, of course. That's just a nice job of staying with the ball, sliding down the line, parallel.
Yeah, I think that was Ty Lindsay.
Yeah, Ty Lindsay. I'm sorry. Yep. That's who I meant. That's Ty Lindsay having a heck of a game himself.
2 each way for the Bears. Thompson gets the snap. Lots of pressure in the pocket. Batted down. They're going to blow this one dead, but what a play there from Michael Taylor.
Man, Mike got in there, and he was just wreaking havoc. And the quarterback for Brownsboro, Adam Thompson, looked like he got his arm up, and just when he was about to get it released, here comes Mike Taylor of Jacksonville, racks him up for the incompletion.
That'll bring up 4th and 2 for the Bears. Had 2nd and 1.
Yeah.
A stop here would be huge for the Jacksonville defense. They've had a tremendous night so far.
Timeout, Brownsboro.
And Brownsboro going to take a timeout, think about this one a little bit, and we'll take it with them. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom and Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom and Swiss burger.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium. Jacksonville with a 21-0 lead. And the defense has Brownsboro in a 4th and 2.
Back up, feet. Right there.
2 each way for the Bears. Thompson gets the snap, looks to his left. Guys there for Jacksonville. Michael Miles finally wrestles him out of bounds, but a first down pickup for Brownsboro.
Yeah, Jacksonville had that pretty well defended right there. They just let him slip through, and Miles gets him out of bounds, but it would have been close. He caught the ball, took one step, Jacksonville made contact, just didn't wrap up. So first down for Brownsboro. That'll push the football to the Jacksonville 40-yard line with 6:32 remaining. And the Bears get another set of downs.
3 receivers right, 1 left for the Bears. Thompson in the shotgun. Going to take the snap, fakes the handoff, looking over the middle. Jacksonville has some guys there. I have no idea how he caught that ball.
There was 4 Jacksonville. I mean, how did he catch that?
What a great catch there from Danton Wright.
Man, just threw it right there and between about 4 Jacksonville players, and he caught it.
I'm not even sure how that football got to him. Michael Miles was in the area. Yeah. Benavidez was in the area. We had several guys there.
6-yard gain puts it at the Jacksonville 34.
Bring up 2nd and 4 for Brownsboro. Two receivers each way for the Bears. Warren in the backfield with Thompson. Thompson looking to his right. Zeke Whitaker there for Jacksonville.
Yeah, you're going to get
in.
offsides. Jacksonville jumped off. Mario Rodriguez, the junior, was on the blitz, and he jumped off sides. So it's going to be 5 yards against Jacksonville and give Brownsboro first down.
They said replay second down. That should be 1st and 10.
Should be first down because it was 2nd and 4. There we go. They marked it now.
It's a 1st and 10 for Brownsboro, now inside the Jacksonville 30.
Well, I know DC Ben Hoffmeyer of Jacksonville wants this goose egg, so who's going to make that play for Jacksonville on defense here?
Thompson going to hand this one off to Warren around the left side, has some room to run. Going to pick up another first down. Jordan Dorsey back into the game for the Indians. I heard somebody on the sideline down there as you were walking past, Matt, yelled, "Dorsey, go get a sack." I think that would be a great thing for Jordan Dorsey to do right now.
I like that call right there, yeah.
3 right, 1 left. Thompson takes a snap, going to keep it himself around the right side. Trying to find some space, now going to go out of bounds, going to pick up a couple on the play.
Not positive, but that sounded a lot like Jordan Taylor saying.
Yeah, it probably was. I love Jordan. He has he has such a great personality.
Oh, JT's awesome.
He's hilarious. Really picks the team up.
He also gives good advice. Apparently, it'd be great for Jordan Dorsey to jump back there and get a sack right now.
That's him.
5:11 left here in the fourth quarter.
Thompson picked up 1 yard.
2nd and 9. Brownsboro inside the red zone. 3 receivers left. Thompson takes the snap, going to pitch this one to Warren. Warren around the left side. Benavidez in pursuit, but Warren going to get through the Jacksonville defense, and that gets Brownsboro on the board.
Yeah, just did not get that edge sealed over there and brought to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's done such a great job in the first, one game and 3.5 quarters of sealing the edge. So not too many teams, not too many plays have gone to the outside like that against the Fighting Indian defense, but that one got Brownsboro their first score of the season. They were blanked last week 35-0 by Quinlan Ford, and they were within 5 minutes and 3 seconds of getting blanked by Jacksonville, so they're on the board.
Braylon Kirkpatrick in for the extra point. Extra points brought to our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This one is up and good, so that'll make the score now Jacksonville 21, Brownsboro 7. 5:03 here left in the fourth quarter. We'll take a short break and be right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium. Brownsboro on the board, 21-7 now the score. 5:03 left in the fourth quarter.
We know what's coming here. Jacksonville's got the hands team in.
They do. I mean, if you're trying to win this game, if you're Brownsboro, you got 5 minutes left. You don't really have much choice but to kick an onside.
All right, Fighting Indian fans, get ready for our trivia question of the week coming up here in just a moment. Got a good one. You got Clater, Brendan Richards, Zeke Whitaker.
Braylon Kirkpatrick has it teed up. Zeke
lost
to it, doesn't come up with it. I believe Michael Miles jumped on it.
Come on, Zeke, you got to get that son.
Michael Miles did come up with it, so Jacksonville will have possession at their own 48, but a very dangerous onside kick there from the Bears.
I mean, Zeke Whitaker he had it and he just squirted out.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Michael Miles, making sure Jacksonville keeps possession under 5 minutes here in the fourth.
All right, sports fans, here's our trivia question. Which NFL team has had the most Jacksonville Indians play for them? Which NFL team has had the most Jacksonville Indians play for them?
One receiver each way for Jacksonville. Clater going to hand this one off to Dede. Has a big hole. One man to beat. Zeke with a good block. Dede with a lot of room to run. Down the field he goes. And Dede in for the score.
52 yards for the score. Dede Mares. Some huge runs tonight by Dede, because the Fighting Indians don't waste any time.
He's had a fantastic game.
Oh, man.
It's going to be really hard to pick an offensive player of the game tonight, Matt.
It really is. I mean, between Dede, obviously, Randy Searles, and that Jacksonville offensive line. Because those runs aren't possible without those guys getting the job done up front.
They have done a tremendous job blocking tonight. It's KC in for the extra point. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This one is up and good from KC. So 28-7 now your score. Jacksonville answers with a touchdown of their own. We'll take a short break and be right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium. Jacksonville lead 28-7 after the big touchdown run from Dede. Let's take another look at that. Big touchdown run from Dede. Almost thought he got caught right before he made it in the end zone, but
that downfield blocking
run.
That downfield blocking right there. He just kind of weaving his way down.
So KC going to tee it up for the Indians once again for the kickoff. Kickoff's brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. If you need a kick, go get yours from our friends at Neighbors. 4:45 here remaining in the fourth quarter. KC going to boot this one away. High ball going to be caught about the 6. Warren makes his way across the field, beats a couple guys, finally going to be brought down. We do have flags in on the play. It looked like maybe there was even a fumble. Jacksonville,
boy, what a
potentially with a fumble recovery.
What a cheap shot by Javarius Bell of Brownsboro. I know he's frustrated, but man, he came in and hit Michael Miles in the back. I mean, the play was on the other side of the field. The referee saw it. They got it. Man, that was – and he gets up and celebrates. That's just not cool. Let's see what happens here as the officials now will have a 30-minute discussion about what they're going to do here. Was there a fumble? Did you guys see the fumble?
It sure looked like there was a fumble. It was kind of tough to tell from up here, but I'm not sure that they ruled it a fumble to begin with. So I'm not sure if that's in the discussion or not.
I mean, that block in the back by Bell of Brownsboro, that was almost like flagrant. I mean, almost like a personal foul ejection type block in the back, because the play it was about 20 yards from the play, and he had no intention of trying to block Michael or do anything but commit a foul on Michael Miles of Jacksonville, and he certainly did it, and they got it. And now Jason Holman is trying to get the officials to explain. After, I'm sure the officials, some are going to figure out some way to give the ball back to Brownsboro. What is going on? Got a block in the back against Brownsboro. And now he's calling Jacksonville football. Yeah. I'll tell you what, the look on Jason Holman's face was not very good when he was walking away. I'm not sure what that was. I thought maybe something different was happening, but you guys saw the fumble. I was focused on the illegal block that they did get, but it didn't matter because the fumble was recovered by Jacksonville, and now they have the football at the Brownsboro 30 with 4:36 remaining.
Jacksonville gets the fumble after the kickoff return, so they will take over 1st and 10 from the Brownsboro 30-yard line. Clater takes the snap, going to hand this one off to Searles, trying to find a seam around the left side. Not much doing there for Randy Searles. They'll bring up 2nd down for the Indians.
Searles has really bounced a lot of those runs outside. Of course, he has 2 long touchdown runs tonight, 24 yards and 44 yards. And it seems like Didi's been the guy that just plants that foot, and he's not really taking it outside. He just goes right off, in the gap and gets the big yardage.
Clater takes the snap, going to hand this one off to Searles around the right side. Searles met by several defenders for Brownsboro and finally brought down. I think he gained a couple on the play.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if and again, not trying to coach Randy Searles and tell him where to run, but he's getting up slow here. Uh-oh. Come on, get up. Easy. He looks okay. But I mean, if he just plants that foot and runs like Didi, just kind of runs in the gap instead of trying to break it to the outside. Oh, that's his skill set. I mean, Randy Searles. I mean, I'm not trying to coach him up. He knows what he's doing. He's had the 2 big touchdown runs tonight. He'll check out of the game.
He'll check out. Didi comes back in for Jacksonville to bring up 3rd and 8. Under 3.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
Fans, stay with us. We'll have our Dark Chiropractor Bone Crusher hit of the game. We'll also have our Austin Bank offensive and defensive players of the game as well.
Clater takes a snap, going to pitch this one over to Didi. Didi with some room around the edge. Picks up the EAG Ford 1st down.
Boy, Didi's had a heck of a game, man. I don't know how many, that's I think his 3rd reception, but he has just been a machine tonight as Didi Morris. Nice little toss by Clater out there, just almost like a running play, but you still have to lead that guy when he's coming at that angle like that. It was a nice touch pass for the sophomore. So 1st and 10 at the 13 of Brownsboro for the Fighting Indians.
One each way for the Indians. Clater going to hand this one off to Didi, trying to find a hole. Not much there. Gets around the right side. More hard-fought yards there from Didi Mares. Going to pick up a few. It'll be 2nd down.
Picked up 9 right there. 9 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 1 from the Brownsboro 5.
Again, not a lot there. And again, Didi just showing patience until he could see that one little crease that he's so good at finding it and getting up in the gap like that. Didi looks a little, let me just say, a little nauseous out there. See him? He's coughing it up, right? Oh, no. Ugh.
Clater going to pull this one, looks to his right, finds Gaskin.
Gaskin
trying to reach for the pylon. I think they're going to mark him just short.
He hit the pylon. That's a touchdown. If you knock the pylon down with a ball, okay.
Great effort there from Gaskin either way, trying to get into the end zone. Great catch. He gets down to the 1, so Jackson will have a 1st down.
Yeah, his back must have hit the ground before he hit the football. But he
clearly. It sure looked like from here he crossed the pylon, but, we're a long way away over here in the press box.
Maybe his knee was down.
So 1st and goal from the 1. Dede in the backfield with Clater. Going to hand off. Goes to Dede up the middle.
He didn't get in.
Does not get in.
Wait
Still
a minute.
fighting.
Wait a minute.
Touchdown, Dede.
Spoke too soon. I forgot we're talking about Dede Morris here. And I got to give credit to Jacksonville's offensive line because they got behind him with the big push. It was Javian Sanders and Big Mancera along with Toby Simpson getting behind there and just with a big push and getting Dede into the end zone. So 34-7.
KC on for the extra point. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This extra point from KC is up and good. So 35-7 now the score here from Brownsboro. 1:24 left in the fourth. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin' Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium here in Brownsboro. Jacksonville taking a 35-7 lead with 1:24 left in the fourth. KC has it teed up for the Indians. Kickoff's brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. Looks like we're going to see potentially a nice little pooch kick here from KC.
Yeah, just work on it.
Perfect placement. Jacksonville there in coverage and basically no return for Brownsboro. That was a great placed kickoff from KC.
All right, so you thought we forgot about the trivia question. Which NFL team has had the most Jacksonville Fighting Indians play for them?
Well, I locked in my answer when you sent this to me the other day, and
yeah.
I believe it is the Jets.
Well, you would be absolutely right. Pete Lamons, Toby Gowen, and Josh McCown. Those are the NFL team, New York Jets, most former Jacksonville players that played for them. That's our trivia question of the week.
Warren around the left side. Going to be knocked out of bounds. A flag comes in.
You're kidding, a flag? Oh, I'm shocked. Guys, come on. I'm talking about guys, the refs. Hold on, Brownsboro.
Two receivers right, one left for the Bears. Thompson going to hand this one off to Warren around the right side. Good coverage by Jacksonville. Going to bring him down and bring up 2nd and 11.
All right, Jordan Taylor checking in the game for his first action of the night. Good to see him get in. I tell you, that's a kid that he works hard. I mean, he gives the looks the other team gives, and he's a senior, and he's out there and he's giving the looks to the offense for the ones, and you just appreciate a guy like that. He's a program kid. just fun to be around. So he's in the ball game now with his first action of the season from his position.
Matt, I did bring up the stats online. It looks like D's got 12 carries for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns.
12?
I'm not sure if this is.
That's not right.
I'm not sure if this is up to date.
I don't either.
There may
I think
be
that's a
some kinda
halftime thing, maybe.
Sinking issue or something. Warren around the right side, slung out of bounds. Another good play there from Dorsey.
Yeah, they're just going to let this clock run out, and that's going to do it.
And that will do it. Jacksonville, first win of the season, 35-7 over Brownsboro. Huge win for the Tribe. Moved to 1-1 on the season.
It feels good. I mean, Jacksonville, let's be real. They broke an 11-game losing streak. The last win was against Henderson at the end of the 2022 season in Henderson. And it's going to be a nice ride home for these Jacksonville Fighting Indians. Brownsboro quickly turns off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was almost immediate.
Well, they've been outscored, 35 and what we have, 34, 69-7 in 2 ball games. It's going to be a tough year for Brownsboro. We'll get head coach Jason Holman in just a moment. Guys, why don't we take a break here and talk a little bit about our awards, because we need some discussion on that, because we got some guys. This is going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. So we'll step away for a few minutes and come right back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JISD Live.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fighting Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been servicing the Texas market with the finest quality fuels and lubricants. Each batch is crafted with precision and quality tested by our in-house lab. Whether you're on the road, on the farm, or on the job, we have the right product for your needs.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Welcome back to Bear Stadium. We've Mark Alexander in front of us currently, so you're getting a nice close-up shot of him on the broadcast.
That's right. The one and only.
Jacksonville comes out with a huge win over Brownsboro, 35-7. And you can see the excitement on everybody on the field right now.
They're fired up. I mean, come on, it's been a long time coming. Last year was such a long year, and Jacksonville's moved up to 5A, and you got some big dogs coming. And you need to get these wins early like this, as I'm about to get run over by the flag crew. You got to get these wins early, get some confidence before you get into a tough 5A district. They did that tonight in Jacksonville, a convincing 35-7 win. Guys, we have let's do our players of the game here. First, the bone crusher hit of the game goes to number 85, Ty Lindsey. He had a massive quarterback sack. Did a great job tonight on that defensive front. So Ty Lindsey, the senior, the Dar Chiropractic bone crusher hit of the game. Dar Chiropractic, if your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar. He's the JHS class of 1984. He's your hometown chiropractor. Now for the Austin Bank offensive and defensive players of the game. This was a tough one. That's why we had to go to a break, but we all agreed. Didi Morris had a heck of a ball game. He's the Austin Bank player of the game offensively. For defensively, second week in a row. Jordan Dorsey. What a heck of a job he did tonight. Let's get Jason Holman. He's very excited over here. Got the win. Coach, congratulations, man. You got a big win tonight. These kids, they deserve this win tonight. They've worked hard. They've been playing all spring. This was something that really culminated in what they deserved. I got to say that.
Well, I guess the proudest moment of my night was after they scored and we turned around and punched it in.
Yeah.
And we talked about it at halftime, going for the throat, laying it on the line, quit worrying about mistakes, which we had a million of, but quit worrying about making mistakes and just go full tilt and let the chips fall where they may. So I was proud of them for doing that.
Coach, really some great adjustments. I mean, I know a lot of times coaches don't like to say we didn't make adjustments, the kids just executed, but in the second half, the defensive secondary played so much better because Brownsboro had to throw the football, and your guys stepped up.
Yeah, we're very fortunate we were able to stop the run with pretty much base defense, and anytime you can do that and you can protect over the top, you got a chance certainly to win. But yeah, they've improved. You know, we learned a lot from last week. Still have a long way to go, but we've improved most certainly. And I'm just proud of the physicality and, you know, the nature that we played with tonight.
Yeah, it was the second game in a row that your defensive line and linebackers were so physical, way more physical than your opponent. And how about your running game? Let's talk a little offense right here. Boy, Dede Morris. I mean, the kid went off. I mean, Searles had a 24-yarder for a score, 44-yarder for a score, and Trent settled down some back there. And your offensive line was just dominating.
Well, we got a lot of sophomores. And, you know, the old saying, for every sophomore you have, you can – chalk up a win here and there, whatever. But I think that's where some of the mistakes are coming from, and we're getting from some older guys too. But just to be able to line up and manhandle somebody and be able to move the ball like we did, particularly in the second half, I think it speaks volumes for them. It gives us more confidence going forward.
So you got 3 home games in a row. You're at Tomato Bowl. One of them is the district ball game. You finish up Henderson, Athens, then that comes in. What does a win like this do for knowing that you've got those 3 home games in a row at Tomato Bowl?
Yeah, we're ready to come home and open a game in the Tomato Bowl for sure. I think it just adds momentum to what we need, and, you know, gives us an opportunity to be excited about playing at home from our home fans.
Coach, appreciate it. Congratulations, and a great night for Jacksonville football. Head coach Jason Holman on the All Smiles post-game interview. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Matt. Big night here for the Indians. Do we have some stats?
No, really don't. I would love to have some stats, but when I pulled it up, none of it's right. So, no, I'm not going to share anything at this point.
Okay. Well, big night for Dede. We had him at 115 yards. I don't know that that's accurate or not. It seemed like he had way more than that. But either way, big night for him. Big night for Searles once again. Big thank you to Randy Gorham for sponsoring our stats. Hopefully we can get this app thing worked out and then get the bugs worked out.
It looked good at halftime.
So that we can give you some stats here on the broadcast. But, you know, good first half for the Indians, but they really found a different gear there in the second half and were able to close it out, especially after Brownsboro scored, really able to find some offense and move the ball really well towards the end of the game there. So big night for Jacksonville. I think that'll just about do it, guys. Y'all have anything else you'd like to do before we get out of here tonight?
Nope. Let's end on a good one.
All right. Big night for Jacksonville. Big win over Brownsboro. They moved to 1-1 on the season. So on behalf of Todd Travis, Lee Traylor, and Matt Montgomery, I'm Ryan Travis saying thank you for joining us tonight on JSD Live for all the action from Brownsboro. We'll see you next Friday as your Jacksonville Fighting Indians head to the historic Tomato Bowl for 3 straight home games. But first, they'll take on the Henderson Lions next Friday night. Have a great weekend.